Hey, brother, chat. Long time no see, you guys. Oops, need to get the volume down. I hope you guys can hear me. Yep. Oops, I'm pretty sure you guys can't see me though. We will fix that in a moment. And here we go. Oops, where's the mic? That looks much better. How you guys been? I know it's been some time, chat. And I was anyways watching this match, the much anticipated match between the world champion and the world number one, Magnus versus Gukesh. And what better place, like I thought, just sit back with you guys, have fun, watch it. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been some time because I was a bit caught up with some stuff, planning, because I've been like planning to travel a bit, so I've been caught up. Like, I think what is even more tiring than traveling is the planning to travel. But anyways, chat, that's how life's been. But we'll be back on track very soon. Even I've not been posting anything, it's been a long time, but this week is the week to make a comeback. Yep. So I'm pretty sure this is the week I will start putting up stuff more. And what better to catch up with you guys? I hope all you guys are doing great. And here it is, guys, the Norway Chess 2025. It's a very interesting event. And we've got, like, it's a very cool pairing, chat. Like, when I saw this, I was like, did they actually plan this out or something? Yeah, I know there is a lot of traction to this match. Magnus versus Gukesh, the first classical match since Gukesh been the world champion. Long time no see, yeah. Yeah, long time, man. I hope you guys have been all doing great. Um, yeah, so let's get into this game also. I think there's been 10 to 11 moves that's being already played. Very interesting for players who kind of like the London systems. And can you go through the opening? Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's why I'm here for today. So they started with d4, which is quite straightforward, right? Okay, I think Magnus wanted to have a game, and he goes for the knight c3 system with bishop f4. Um, like the Jabawa London system, or there's different names to it. Gukesh immediately did the perfect way of hitting the center. You don't let them have this center like this, right? So Magnus, very usual, he plays e3. That's the whole plan. Otherwise, why would he play the system? e3, so bishop g4 was played, immediately attacking the queen, simply developing the bishop to e2 is all good here. Offering a trade takes, and this was pretty interesting, this c knight coming to e2. Like usually what do we do, guys? Usually it's always the g knight taking it, and I guess most of us would do it. Do you remember me, the new era of chess? To be honest, man, I kind of remember all you guys. But maybe I might miss one or two here and there, but that's okay, we will pick up in this coming weeks. So knight c e2, guys, I felt that is something that was quite interesting. Maybe Magnus does want to go c3, like in the spirit of the London system, you need the pyramid, don't you? So that could be the reason why he decided to go with this knight here. But definitely not the very usual. Maybe, of course, players who play the system might be very much familiar with these ideas. Knight c6 by Gukesh is just playing very classical. Knight f3, e6 by Gukesh, straightforward, wants to get the bishop out. c3, Magnus has the London pyramid. Yeah, so that looks nice. He takes with the knight because of the c pawn. Yeah, exactly. I think I will say my slogan so you can remember me, the one to okay. So, but wasn't your name something else? Like, what was your name? No name, something like that. I think you had a different name, right, man? But anyways, coming back, chat. So he got this pyramid structure that Magnus wanted, which is pretty typical in the London. Gukesh said, okay, I don't want to challenge this bishop, because most of the times, like usually what happens, guys, is that they challenge the bishop here, bd6, and kind of the bishop can retreat to g3 in the spirit of the London, asking you to take and get an open file and things like that. And even in the London, there's different scenarios where they keep the bishop here. Even if you trade, the z5 square becomes extremely strong, and they will take over that square. So those are stuff that happens. So coming back to the moves, maybe that's why Gukesh thought, why to take the unwanted stuff, so I will just go with the move bishop e7. So chat, why Magnus didn't play c4? No, because see, learn with Pranay. I think Magnus was already pretty much into the fact that he wanted to play this London kind of system. Like, he was very clear in the early openings, right? So why does he have to go c4? So that's against the nature of what he has already expressed, what he wants to play. So bishop e7, knight g3. This is interesting here. The knights here, it's not a very common stuff. Like, maybe it is. Knight e5 is a future plan. Black castles. Queen e2 here. h6 and rook d1. Magnus has delayed his castling a bit. I really wonder why. Like, of course he will castle. Is he thinking that at some point, I don't see any queen trades or anything happening, because if there was a queen trade, then it was pretty logical to understand why Magnus delays the trade, because he might want to keep the king in the center if the queens get traded. Oh, you mean why Gukesh didn't play c4? c4 is not a very usual thing to close the center like that. I think it's better to keep the tension like this. If you close it out, moves like b3, e4, these pawn breaks are not looking that nice for black. So that could be the reason why he's not pretty interested in closing it. Some of his plans, chat, would be a6, b5, expand on this side, like challenge this structure. And that's what he might be thinking. And from Magnus's point of view, I don't know, to be very honest. Knight e5 is the most natural way to go ahead. I think that could be what Magnus is thinking about. Maybe something like knight e5, he takes, pawn takes, kick the knight away, knight h5, queen g4. This king, that king says, what the hell is that? Right? But anyways, chat, like, first of all, it's great catching back up today. We will have a lot of fun watching this. I know there's a lot of different places we can watch this from. But why here? Because I will reply to every question you ask. That's the difference. Yeah? And I don't know where you get that from if you ask me. So that's what I'm gonna bet on today. I don't think he's gonna castle. I think he will castle, man, since the queen's on the board. And do you really feel delaying castling is that good here? Or otherwise there should be something with h4, h5, and I don't see anything happening with the rook able to break through. Some positions when the rook is able to break through in such scenarios, you can also play king f1, king g1. It is quite a very common thing. So yeah, anyways guys, all you guys are watching, welcome to the stream. If you like the stream, you can like it. We are going through the game of the world champion, the world chess champion, the newly crowned world champion, Gukesh versus Magnus Carlsen, the world #1. So this is an exciting fight, and definitely a game you guys can learn a lot from. It's all about, like, you're not just going to learn about interesting ideas. You will also see how Gukesh faces the pressure of playing Magnus. And maybe the same thing for Magnus too, you know, like if Gukesh takes him down, it is a big blow for Magnus. He's the world #1, still considered to be the very best player in the world. So he's not gonna be interested to be taken down by the current world champion. So this will be definitely an exciting challenge, chat. And if you guys want to stay up, want to analyze this, want to watch this together, let's do this. In the meantime, you can like the stream, you can share this, you can subscribe. This is exciting chess. Yeah, and do let me know. And as I told you, if you guys think why should I watch this, is very simple. Because your every single question will be answered, or at least I will try to do that. But all you guys are watching at the moment, great to see you guys around. You can also subscribe any moment you like it. Maybe I'm not keeping any subscription targets or something. We are at 4364. 4400 would be a nice number, but that's okay. I think we are fine with this too. Anyways, chat, do let me know if you have any questions regarding the game. It started with 1d4. Magnus went for a London system. I'm pretty sure a lot of players would be happy to hear that. Like, he went into the London system, like with the knight taking back on e2 this way, and then creating the pyramid of the London. Gukesh is just simply developing his pieces. Magnus's last move was rook d1. He has delayed a castling a bit, but pretty just kidding. The question of multiverse, what is your... this will be the end of the comparison. I'm not sure, maybe. But definitely this tournament will be very important for both players. Both Magnus, who has not been... Like, I think even Magnus told this during the press conference or something. I saw a clip of that where he says that he hasn't actually played a lot of the... what do you say, classical tournaments at all this year. He's been all over the chess 960 scene, and for him this will be a challenge. For Gukesh, this will be the greatest opportunity to prove why he is the world #1. So yeah, and he can prove, like as everybody mentions, why he is the best classical player in the world, or what he's trying to be, the best classical player. Or is Magnus still the man to beat, chat? Is he still the man to beat? Should Magnus castle? Yeah, of course. I think castling is just around the corner. Magnus is just hanging around with it. I think he will just play the move a3 first here. You don't want to drop a pawn out of nowhere, right? I don't see the enough compensation for dropping this. So rather than castling here, he might play pawn a3, which is quite a very normal move to play, right? Very... What do you say, Chad? Do you think he's going to go back with the rook? Nah, that's never happening. And then Gukesh goes back, Magnus comes back, Gukesh comes back, they agree to a draw. I'm off here. Yeah, I'm just kidding. There's an interesting format to the Norway chess that I kind of think there is. If the game ends in a draw, there will be a rapid and a blitz game. If they decide it in the rapid, great. If not, it will go into the blitz. you will see somebody winning today. So they want to have a winner. There won't be just random draws and people walking away. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, long time, man. How are you? Like, Wengi, how are you doing? So hope things are good that side. Long time, isn't it? Yeah, as I was mentioning to the chat earlier, I like planning to travel is tougher than traveling, chat. So that's where I've been stuck, not being able to post any videos. It's been a tough time. I was like working a bit in between, and yeah, life's not easy, But yeah, we'll make it pretty good. I went on a hike this weekend. That's great. I was talking to one of my friend, like someone I work with in the sense like we talk a bit of chess and work on chess a bit, and he's been like traveling all over the world, and I like he's somewhere in Croatia at the moment, and I was like, wow, that's cool. But anyways, chat, typical queen moves in the London. You mean queen a5, yeah? Yeah, so it's like, I agree. Queen a5 is very common, like you're just hitting a pawn on a2. Maybe you're like forcing white to push a3 here, which can create some of these squares to be a bit vulnerable, but not gonna create any big issues here. The computers think that there is a very, very, very slight advantage for black, but don't take it. Don't buy that. It's not good enough. Oh, when is my tournament? That's a good question. I think it's from next month. I'm planning to travel from next month, actually, the end of June, like somewhere around the beautiful places around the world. And yeah, okay, there goes Magnus with a3, chat. That's good. And all you guys who have joined in, all you guys who are watching, this is the world champion Gukesh versus Magnus Carlsen. So that has to interest you. And then if you think, why should that interest me? It is because you can ask me any random question, like even from why is Gukesh playing black and why is Magnus playing white? I know that's the most random question out there, but yeah, that's how the pairings were. I'm pretty much interested to see how Magnus is going to deal with his plans on this side of the board, chat. I'm looking forward to this knight coming to e5. How will Gukesh deal with that knight? Would he trade it? Would he keep it? That's a very interesting thing to look at, right? Because because I feel taking it can lead to a lot of complications with the pawn taking back. This knight has to move. Knight h5 can happen. Queen g4 can happen. There can all of a sudden be like chaos on the board. So this game is quite going the way it's fun. I got a few randoms. Okay. So do let me know, chat. Do let me know what you guys think about this. What questions you guys have. I know there's close to 100 guys watching right now, and that's amazing. I thought it would be 5 or 10 of us watching together. But this is cool, chat. It is very nice to see all of you guys joining in. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, man. 5-8 is good. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Time to break the center. You think so? Like in usually some of those positions, black also will try to hit the center, but here I think it's a bit too hard to get it. Knight d7, bishop f6, e5. These plans are not very easy for Gukesh to handle. Magnus will have his own counterplays by then. I don't know, like, what do you think black could actually be trying here? There is some very exciting ideas here. One of those could also be something like a6, b5, just expanding here and trying to like take down the pawn structure. That would be something very interesting. My friend says it otherwise. Don't hear them, Frankie. Like, ask them like, nah, just don't bother. Yeah. So anyways, guys, all you guys are new here, do like the stream, do share this, do subscribe, do send it to a friend. It would be great. As my friends always tell me, you should tell them that if you like the stream, it gets to more people. So I think that is definitely one thing I should tell you guys. I'm 5'11", okay. So you are out of the zone, man, Pranay. You're safe, I guess. So anyways, guys, do let me know any questions you have regarding this game. It's Magnus versus Gukesh. World champion versus world number 1 at the moment. Magnus is way ahead in the classical format. He thinks he's... okay, I'm going to play my first chess tournament. Oh, that's cool. So you know what, man? I have one thing for you. Just remember that there is so many more tournaments ahead of you. This is not the end of it. Even if you have a great tournament, even if you have a bad, like the worst tournament of your life, we have all gone through it, right? But trust me, it will be very memorable. Even today, I still remember the day I played my first tournament. So, all you guys who are thinking of playing your first tournament, trust me, just think ahead. Just remember the fact that there is so much more ahead. Sometimes you feel very low, if something goes bad, you'll be like, oh, it's so bad. No, it's not. You have the next tournament and one after that and the other after that. So, relax, have a lot of fun there, and make sure it's very memorable for you. I don't like Gukesh's Queen A5. What do you think? Will it turn out into a weakness? Not really. Queen A5 is actually a plan trying to provoke weakness from Magnus, actually. Like, he wants to maybe make Magnus play A3. You can see that the squares like B3 and all gets a bit weakened up when something like that happens. Right? I can even tell you about a very weird looking line here. Queen A6. Right? You might think like, what the hell is that? Why would someone play Queen A6? Because if you take, you open this file, and you can see all of a sudden this weakness can be a bit of a problem on this open file. So, like, it's not a very natural human move to play Queen A6 though, but just letting you know. But Queen A5 is very typical. I think Gukesh did do it pretty cool. I think Black's fine here as of now. But can Gukesh hold on? That's the big question. Can he keep this slight edge ahead? Or will the Magnus effect come into play? That's the biggest question out there, chat. Aaron plays. Hey, Aaron, how are you? How are you guys doing? So do let me know when I first played my tournament, scored 4 out of 6. That's great, man. That's great. Good start. My first FIDE tournament was a I played like a one local tournament in my city. I did well. I kind of came I think I came second or something. I was so motivated. I thought I am the best player out there. Went for a FIDE tournament, learned everything about it. Yeah, got destroyed. But I still remember it with a lot of fun because that's where it all starts, right? Something, you will get something out of your tournaments, chat. Trust me. But anyways, that's nice. All you guys playing your first tournaments, have fun. And I hope these games also motivate you guys, okay? And that's why we are here. Do let me know any questions you have. Gukesh goes for rook fd8. Very standard idea here. Just get your pieces in. This rook will follow up on c8. Take these files. They could open up maybe at some point or the other. Like, makes a lot of sense here. It's definitely what Black wants to be doing. And I also think a6 b5 plan could be interesting. Trying for some breaks on b4. Trying to undermine this pawn structure. That is quite interesting here, But I think Magnus, his plan is very straightforward. He has to be going with this. And he's not... I feel Magnus is not interested in castling. Or is he? Is he, chat? Maybe castling is definitely something he might be going with. And if you look at the time control here, Magnus has 1 hour 14 minutes on the clock, while Gukesh has 1 hour 4 minutes. Managing their time pretty well, isn't it? Why not rook e8? That's a good question, Pranay. Rook e8 is also pretty much possible if you're trying for this e5 break. Maybe that's not what he's looking for. Maybe he's not too excited about the e5 break, or he doesn't consider this file to be opening up anytime soon. And that is true, right? Even if he had gone rook e8, Pranay, knight e5 is coming. This file is not opening up that easy. So why would you put your rook in a file that's not opening up? Simple logical question, right? So that's the reason why I guess he went for rook d8. So guys, I'm trying to just let you know about these moves in the most simplest way possible. No complications, nothing. Just like how anyone can understand. But if I go wrong somewhere, do let me know. I can correct it for you guys. Yeah. But I'm pretty excited to see so much of you guys watching today. I did not expect this. It's so great to have guys and watch this together. We will make this one fine little watch party, And yeah, if you're new here, you can like the stream, you can subscribe, you can join in. and you can learn. I'm pretty sure it's definitely a win-win situation for you and me, because we are going out of here uh, with something. We are definitely coming out of here with something. Okay, Aaron, you think it's knight e5 is bad? Knight e5, is it really bad? I don't think so, because why would knight e5 be bad? It's a very typical idea in this whole London system. For example, imagine this knight takes me, right? I have two options here. If I want to be a bit interesting, like want to make this really interesting, I can even take with this. But logically, you might be like, what the hell did you just do? Why did you do that? Your bishop looks so bad, right? True, I agree. You can take with the bishop. But why this could be interesting is that when this knight goes here, you see this king side, guys. This can come under a bit of fire. For example, moves like queen g4, knight h5, bishop takes h6. And all of a sudden, this king is a bit alone here, right? The life of this king is not easy. So that is one reason why pawn takes e5 could be an idea here. I'm not saying Magnus is going to do it or something. Just letting you guys know. So knight e5 is not that of a bad move around. It could, well, is he... It is, isn't the best, if it isn't best. Hey, hey, a lot of you guys. Hi, how are you guys doing? Ram, Sudarsh, how are you? All you guys, do let me know. Hi to every one of you. And do let me know if you guys have any questions regarding what is happening in this game. I would be more than happy to let you know. And that's what I am banking on, or that's my whole thing of asking you guys to watch this, right? Is that I'll be definitely explaining everything that comes our way. Any questions you throw at me, you guys are gonna know what's gonna happen. So this is, if you guys just joined in and if you're wondering what the hell is happening here, this is Magnus Carlsen versus Gukesh. It is the first time that they are facing off against each other since Gukesh won the historic World Championship back in Singapore in 2024. And yeah, this is a very anticipated match, right? So let's see, chat. And you know what's the fun thing about this format at the Norway chess is that even if this game ends in a draw, you might be like, what if they just make a draw? Isn't that boring? No, it's not, because you will have a winner. If a game ends in a draw, I think this is the format. They will have a rapid game, and if that ends in a draw, they'll have a blitz game, because they're like, we have to give someone the points, right? So anyways, all you guys have just joined in to watch. Thank you so much for joining in, chat. I did not expect so many of you guys joining in today, but great. Let's have fun. And Magnus goes for h4. So I guess there is no rapid and blitz happening today, guys. Like, I don't think so. Magnus is really going in. And I'm really interested to see what is happening here, because this is a very interesting way of the, like, okay, a lot of moves are very typical in the London. But I really want to see how Magnus is going to bring his pieces together, or how is he going to get everything working together, right? So Gukesh has to do something. Hey Farish, how are you, man? Knight e5, g5. Hey Yesh, I'm 13 and I have a rating of 19. That's great. That is good, man. Like, keep practicing, keep doing well. Make good use of the tournaments you play. Gukesh, knight g4 could be an option. Knight g4 is interesting, but what is that knight doing on g4 is a big question, right? See, sometimes, guys, like, I see that the g4 square is free to occupy, but what do you plan to do from there? I think Magnus might go h5. So Magnus is kind of, I don't know if Magnus would go h5 also, because till now I thought this hy square was vacated for this knight on g3 to go to. Maybe Magnus is planning it, right? Knight e5, knight h5, g4. Guys, I really feel maybe Magnus might be going all in today. Like, he, or is it gonna backfire for him? Magnus thinks that he can just maybe take down Gukesh with an all-on attack on the king. But you really think so? At the end of the day, he is the world champion. Yeah. Okay, here comes queen a4 by Gukesh. That's a pretty, like, interesting move. Maybe he's trying to have, like, vacate the a5 square for the knight to join in. Would that be a plan, chat? That could be, right? This knight coming in could be an idea, or I don't know, like, knight a5 seemed like something interesting. Okay, I'm not very clear why queen a4. It can also keep an eye on this way if Magnus goes with something like d takes c5. But queen a4 pretty interesting. Like not a very normal move that maybe everybody expected. Let's see what Gukesh is planning. So this is very interesting at the moment. Gukesh has his own plans going on this queen side, while Magnus Carlsen, he says, if I'm going down today, I'm going down with your king. Nothing else. So this will be fun. This is nice to watch, and you commentate. Oh, really? That's new. But yeah, I've not like done this so much of times, but I will try my best to make you guys entertained and have some fun, right? So anyways, chat, that's what's going on. Like after playing h4, I don't know if Magnus would be excited to castle. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. Knight e5 is definitely something I think we will be watching in. Or that there could be one more reason, chat. I think we had looked at a variation where knight e5, knight takes e5, d takes e5, right? Maybe this queen coming on this line has something to do with that, right? So that it could be of some use. I also feel this could be also to vacate some squares for the knight to join in if needed. I think Gukesh might go all in on the other side, but this is very interesting. Trust me, you guys are in for a treat today. There will definitely be a decider. And I'm just looking that's why I subbed. Oh, that's cool. and I think all you guys are watching. You can like the stream, you can share this, you can subscribe. You can ask me anything about what's going on here. This is the world champion. World champion Gukesh facing off against the world #1 chess player Magnus Carlsen. And it's the very first time they're facing off against each other since Gukesh taking down Ding in that epic world championship game in Singapore. I know everybody remembers that day. So yeah, so that's where we are, chat, at the moment. It is it's Magnus to play right now. He is definitely looking at why this move, why queen a4. Trust me, I feel this is something Magnus is really thinking about here. Takes, and you see this, chat, like this could be one of the reason why this queen could be helpful on a4. Because if you go with the move knight to d7 here, and just like that we go something like knight h5, queen g4, do you see this thing that somewhere this queen can get back into the defense if needed, like queen e4, queen g6. I kind of like this plan, you know. It's a very interesting idea. Otherwise, I thought this king would have been like busted here, alone, like just sad. The life of that king is really sad. But maybe it's a very interesting prophylactic move to really help the defense of the king for the future. I don't think Gukesh will go for the queen side. Maybe that's like, I don't know what Gukesh is thinking. He's definitely bothered about Magnus and his plans on this king side. I think queen a4 was a response to the fact that Gukesh is telling Magnus that, okay, I respect your ideas, I respect what you're trying to do, and I will take care of it. So queen a4 was something in that sense, maybe. I think for Magnus, knight e5 has to happen at some point. h4, after h4, I don't know how much is he excited to castle, but he might. You never know. Magnus would be even happy to take this game to a rapid or blitz, because you know that he knows where Gukesh is weak, or he clearly knows what is the weakness for Gukesh, and he will try to what do you say, hit there, right? Oh damn, it's been a real while since I've seen you live. Yeah, Pro Red, how are you? Yeah, I've been not around, man. Like, that's the reason, but there's always a day to come back, and today was that day, right? I thought, what better than a nice Monday to come back and like get along with all you guys. And all you guys who are watching, thank you so much for joining in. I think Magnus try queenside expansion. That's a bit hard, the new era. It's not easy to go on the queen side like that, because if you look at this, like, see, it's like all your best guys are on the other side right now. Like, they're all like not there. So would you go for a fight with it's like you're going for a fight with a group of guys with just not too many people with you. So yeah, and I think Magnus did come up with the best plan as we were talking, knight e5. This is very interesting now. I want to see if Gukesh is going to take that knight and go in for this game. Because if he takes the knight, chat, I really want to see d takes e5. This could be fun. I don't know if Magnus might take it with the bishop also, but the other one would have been a lot of fun, you know. So very interesting. The London system knight e5 move has happened. Gukesh might be thinking to take it for sure. Any other options for him is a big question. So let's wait and see. King side is so chaotic while queen is in there. I'm your new sub. I really like your comment. Oh, thank you so much, Fahad. Great to see you here, man. Do let me know any questions you guys have, chat, and I will be super happy to let you know. I'm just trying. It's not like I'm trying to like do it in a certain way or something. I'm just trying to break this thing down in the most easiest way possible. Since I was anyways watching this game today, I thought, like, why alone? Why don't I bring along hundreds of you guys along with me and let's do it together? Yeah. But anyways, guys, hey FIFO, how are you? BD6 possible, right? BD6 is possible, and I don't think Magnus is also thinking about this capture, which could be not good for him, as Gukesh could take back with the pawn, and this open file could backfire for Magnus. So that's definitely maybe not a capture that he's excited about, right, chat? I'm just really, so this is a very crucial point, guys. Will Gukesh take on e5, and will he do that? That's a big question. He does, right? I think it was his best option also to go for it. Now comes the important question. Is Magnus gonna take with it, or is he gonna take with the bishop? The bishop means it's gonna be a much more calmer game. If it's the pawn, I would, wow, I see a sub coming up. That is amazing. Yeah, finally, I think Streamlabs worked. Streamlabs is like, you have been back after ages, so I will work for one day, maybe. It's crazy how they're both thinking about the same line. Is he going to take with the pawn? That's a good question. That's something we have been talking about, right? I think for Magnus, the most safest way to go ahead is to take with the bishop. But since he has played this h4 move and everything, I don't know. Magnus is not someone who goes for like extreme complications in an unwanted way. He is always very much calculated where the game is going. And from that point of view, chat, maybe bishop takes is what we are going to see. Because the interesting part about this game is that even if it ends in a draw, we will see a rapid and a blitz tiebreak. So Magnus definitely has a lot of fun time ahead. So yeah, right? So I don't think he will be so excited just to trade at the moment and make it over complicated. But it would be fun, definitely. Trust me, it would be really interesting to see pawn takes e5 and see how Magnus operates on this king side. No way, I thought you were playing Gukesh. Yeah, maybe, yeah. So just kidding, guys. Yeah, no, it's like I've sent someone else to play him today. We have sent someone else to play Gukesh today, chat, and he's pretty good at chess. You know, he's a pretty good guy at chess. Doesn't play much right now. Says he doesn't want to be the world champion, so he's not the world champion, but still the #1 player out there, and that's Magnus Carlsen. Yeah. Bishop sack to take at 6. Oh, Miller. Maybe not now, right? Isn't that a bit too early to do that? And to do that against the world champion? That's a bit too crazy, right? No, I'm not saying just because of that. Bishop at 6 is not good enough right now because, simple thing, Miller, we don't have enough pieces for the attack. They're not ready. We are not just ready for it. So there's this whole phase of getting ready to do something, right? So yeah, I'm more of a casual chess player at around 1k elo. What would you suggest for me to improve my play? That is a good question. Like, I tell this to a lot of people who ask me about this same question. Try to learn chess in a balanced way, chat. Like, don't just stick with openings, traps, tricks. That's not good enough. Trust me, that is not good enough. Like, you will see it all over the internet. Even I, at some point, thought that, why don't I make such videos? Like, you guys can catch my shorts and stuff on Instagram, the One Chess, and even here also you can watch it. But somewhere chat, I think the best way to improve is always for you guys to learn everything in a balanced way. Learn the middle game, learn the end games, learn the openings. Don't stick to only one. That is not good enough, right? The more balanced you are, the better. Okay. So I see a lot of you guys here. I see 100. Thank you for you need at least 3 pieces for the attack. Yeah, you at least need some of your pieces, just like what Pranay just mentioned. You like we are not ready for it, right, Miller? That's why we ain't sacrificing. But of course, for the spirit and the fun of chess, and in memory of the great Mikhail Tal, Bishop at 6 is something we can think about, right? So yeah, but great chat. Like I'm really surprised to see that we have hit 4383 already. In the beginning of the stream, I was just for the fun of it saying that 4400 would be a good number. Yeah, and I think we are on our way. We are doing well. Yep. So yeah, everyone. So this is where we are. And you see this chat. Magnus is taking his time, and just like what we had been talking about earlier, this is a very important decision to make, because that will decide the nature of this game. If he's gonna take with the d pawn, Magnus has to find ways to create problems for this king. If he's taking with the bishop, he knows that there won't be much, like, what do you say, huge chances. It will be a much more solid game. So he's just thinking, which way should I go? And it's a big question. D into e4, knight e4, yeah? Yeah, that's actually a good point, knight e4. But I'm not sure about knight e4. I'll tell you why. I feel this knight d7 moves better. One thing is because I play this pawn structure a lot, so I kind of feel knight d7. The reason one more is that if the white pieces come in for an attack, you always have this knight f8 resource with you, so that this knight can turn into a defender again for you, right? Because you can't just completely ignore your, what do you say, your king side and move out of there. So that could be one reason why knight d7 is very decent if you take with the d pawn. And of course, yeah, the very tempting move is always knight e4. I totally agree. Right? Knight e4 is totally playable. Not a bad move at all. But the reasoning why knight d7 could be for knight f8 at some point as a defensive resource, which you can use ahead. Magnus gonna take with the pawn. Yep. Oh, no. I think it's a spectator curse right now. He didn't. He said, "No, I don't." Maybe he's looking forward. He's thinking that, okay, maybe let me not take this into really huge complications. Gukesh is good at those things, chat. Like, Gukesh is a very, very strong player in calculation. He can calculate as far as you want, and he's a very strong classical player. So you can't take him lightly. Trust me. He is one. Of course, he's a world champion, guys. Yeah. So, anyways, wouldn't d takes e5 doubling the pawn causing long-term weakness? What's the idea behind it? That's a good question, Ethne. So, if you guys were thinking why this was even an option, it is double pawns. It is a long-term weakness if you go into an endgame or something. But here, this pawn controls very interesting squares here, d6 and f6, kicks the key defender, that's the knight, and also gives you chances to go knight h5, queen g4, and create a good standard attack against this king. But Magnus might have felt that it's not worth it. This whole try is not worth it. And you can see the computers also agree to an extent. It is a try, but they think that it's not of huge advantage. And this move, this is what I felt Gukesh was very smart. He played queen a4 because he had seen this attack, and now he saw that there's a way to get my queen back into this defense. And I think Magnus also understood why Gukesh played queen a4, and that's the reason he said, okay, I ain't testing your calculation skills. I'm going with bishop takes e5. There is no mate. The knight on f8. Knight h5 next. No, maybe, like Magnus might be looking at some other attacking chances here. Maybe knight h5, as you mentioned, is a very interesting idea, because if you take me, I could take you back, and then this g4 idea and all is interesting, chat, but I don't know how good is it, because I feel Magnus, does he go for that? Will he go all in like this? Because Magnus already has his eyes set on this game. For him, the most important thing would be to grab the point of this game, because he knows that even if the classical format today, like this game ends in a draw, we are not done. The party is not over. We still have a rapid game, and if that's also a draw, we have a blitz game. So we are definitely going to see one of these guys taking the full point home today. So Magnus will have this in the back of his mind, chat. Trust me that if he can get Gukesh to the shorter time controls, then there is a big advantage over there, because Magnus is extremely strong in that. We have to accept that. And for all Gukesh fans, let's hope Gukesh takes him, like hits him hard in the classical game. But there's a fun stat, guys, that Gukesh actually, I guess, won against Magnus in the previous one of the previous editions of this Norway chess. And the funny thing is that it was in the tiebreak. It was in the Blitz or Rapid that he defeated Magnus. So you can't count the guy down, you know. He's the world champ, and you have to respect that no matter what. Who will win? Great explanation. Thanks. Oh, no, that's fine. I hope it helps you, man. Interesting, Gukesh. Yeah, he goes knight d7 here. Yeah, maybe Gukesh doesn't want to trade. Maybe the idea was that maybe he felt that Magnus might go for a trade of the bishop for the knight. And that's something Gukesh doesn't want to happen, it seems. So yeah, pretty interesting to see how Magnus will respond to this move now. Because he's not gonna let this knight take it, chat. I don't think so. F4? F4 would have been very easy to say if this was a knight. But since it's a bishop, we have to think. Because F4 is very interesting here, chat. They can't play F6 if you're thinking of F6. Not really. Because I feel something like Queen G4 hitting here. If you take me, I take here. And it's all extreme complications coming after that. Right? So all you guys who are cheering for Gukesh, your guy is in the right set of mind today. Yep, the world champ is in his way of playing today. And this will be pretty interesting to see how he can take this ahead. How far can he take this ahead? Can he really push Magnus to the limit and show him why Magnus, he is the world champion? How about the bishop sack now on g7? Bishop g7, Miller, what's going to happen is I'm going to take it. I see that your plan could be maybe, what do you say, Queen g4 check, right? I will just go with the move king to h7 after that. Now you need another piece to attack me, right? So you have to go knight h5. But then I'll just bring my rook to the defense. And there's also a very interesting way to defend here. I can also go queen c2 and all the way back here. So you see that it's like I have equalized on the number of attackers. Your attackers can't break through me because the defense is strong. So that's why the sack is not working. Otherwise, as I told you, in memory of the great Mikhail Tal, we can always consider sacrificing stuff. Yeah. Okay, check first. Magnus not gonna take his bishop. Why is everyone in the chat just so determined on sacking the bishop? Nobody likes this guy, doesn't it? So if you sag Miller, just for the fun of it, I'll show you. King takes. If you give the knight check first, I think I can go here, right? Still, because if you're trying to checkmate me, as I told you, rook g8 can. Oops, that will be a checkmate. Rook g8 can easily defend that. And if you think of this kind of a check, then I always have this f5, which also covers everything. This knight can come back. The rook can join in. And as I said, that's we don't have enough people for the attack. That's the only problem, right? So coming back to it, since we have not sacrificed the bishop, and I don't everyone in the chat is Mikhail Tal. But see guys, it's actually not a bad thing, you know. Thinking about your chances is pretty interesting. Magnus retreats back. Magnus is like, no way, he doesn't want to give it up. And I think Gukesh is just gonna play rook, develop his next rook, or maybe b5, a6, something like this. And trust me, chat, if you ask me who looks better out of the opening, definitely it is Black. Black's got everybody developed. He's castled. He has a clear plan of what he wants. Magnus is still yet to show us what he's trying to do. But there can be, you never know, if Magnus goes all in today, he might even go for ideas like knight h5, rook h3, rook g3. That will be exciting, right? But I don't know, chat. That could be the way we are going today. And if you guys like the stream in the meantime, you can like the stream, you can share, you can subscribe. We are having a great watch party of the world champion versus the world number one. It's Gukesh Domaraju from India versus Magnus Carlsen. And this is a fight. Can Gukesh win today, Mita? So that's a good question. We are definitely going to see one of them take home a point today, Mita, because as I mentioned today, even if the game ends in a draw, these guys will be forced, not forced, like these guys will have to play, what do you say? They will be playing a tiebreaker, which could be a rapid game and then a blitz game. So we are definitely seeing a winner today, chat, right? So hi everyone. C into d4 is incoming. C d4, yeah, maybe, right? True, because that makes sense in putting the rook on this file. Opening up that file is definitely something I think Gukesh might be thinking about. He might also be thinking about a6, b5 ideas with a b4 potential breaking this structure of Magnus. So yeah, this is one really fun game we are watching, chat. Armageddon, yeah. But then just EX DX after C takes. Yeah, that's true. Like, he's gonna take with the E pawn for sure. He doesn't want to let Gukesh have such a great open file on the C file. That's not what Magnus is thinking about. But trust me, guys, Magnus is known for these kind of positions. He knows how to really take this position into his zone. So that is something Gukesh should be very careful. You can't give Magnus a position where he can grind for the next few hours. You need to keep him, like, you need to keep the press going. The moment you let your hands off, he's gonna push you back. So that's why this is such an interesting game out here. Yeah, exactly, MJ. Yeah, it is live. It is happening right now in Norway. Yeah. So it is right now. According to you, what will be the best move for Black now? I think Black, definitely for me, it is bringing this piece in. And Gukesh just said, nah, I don't want to do what you did. But really cool move, guys. This clearly shows, even though the computers really did not like Gukesh's plan of Queen A6 here, it definitely shows that he's thinking of great plans. But you know why? Right now, when I look at the chat, even I feel, isn't there a small issue with it? Because now when Magnus trades the queen, Gukesh has let him have this justification of having the king in the center. Because once the queen's traded off, the king doesn't have to be castled at all. He can stay in the center. So the whole idea of Magnus not castling is justified at the moment. If queen takes queen happens. And there's one more thing, is that if you think that, but he can just take me back, like for example takes, why can't Gukesh have this great open file? The bishop, right? You have to get rid of this guy first. If you can, then it's good. This open file is great to fight on. You can put your rooks over here, but you have to find a way to slam in on this bishop. And I don't think Magnus is going to give this guy. It's a very important piece for him. But Gukesh would have seen it, something like he might be planning knight f8 followed by bishop d6. So this will be some exciting chess, chat. Trust me. And I think Magnus might go for the trade. He wants to take this to an queenless position, you know. What if c4 played by Black? Right now, at this point, now it's white to play, right? White's gonna take, and then c4 is good. You can fix this weakness. But as I mentioned, one thing that white has to, or Black has to figure out is how do I get this file? So that is what Gukesh is thinking about. He wants to put pressure on this open file. It's just this guy. It's the whole black pieces is being faced by this. Of course, you can get rid of it by playing something like knight here, followed by bishop d6 and things. But it's not as easy as we see it, chat. There is a lot of things that can happen. Magnus love trading queens though. Yeah, that's the thing. I think Gukesh just walked into one of Magnus's comfort zones. Trust me, the trade will happen. Magnus will trade it. He is just calculating the whole thing. But yeah, I'm pretty interested to see how Gukesh will take over. And trust me, to decide to trade this chat is not that easy, because Magnus can also feel the pressure on this b file. This b2 pawn is a real target in this whole thing. So it's not an easy decision. Magnus might even not trade. He might even go with something like queen g4. Even this is an exciting move, isn't it? Then go knight h5. Attack the black king. Why wouldn't you do that? So, very crucial point of the game. If you ask me, this could be one of the most critical moments of the game, where they have to decide. Magnus have to decide whether he wants to go into this endgame with the queen trade, or does he want to have queen g4, knight h5 as a plan. One of this is gonna happen. There are still 16 pawns on the board. Yeah, that's a good fact check, right? I think you guys can see all the screen and everything well, right? Do let me know if you have anything. Knight f6 kicks the queen. Yeah, right. That is true, Miller. I was just maybe getting too excited about this whole idea. Yeah, maybe I have to stay here, or maybe h3. So still not very exciting, right? Not worth it. So I guess Magnus would go for this trade. But trust me, guys, like, it's not that easy to trade this, Like, as someone mentioned, c4 can happen at some time. But c4, you have to always be careful about the e4 break. You can't let this happen. So the only problem here for Gukesh is that he can't occupy this square. Otherwise, this is like a dream position for black. You can like play forever targeting the b2 pawn. Even though you have a double pawn on a6 and a5, it's not gonna hurt you much, because I know they're doubled, but nobody's gonna attack it. There's no targets. Like, nobody can target them easily, right? So anyways, guys, do ask me if you have any more questions. I am excited. It looks like a huge trade coming. Yep, Mr. Nairobi 5737. That's a good number. I hope it's none of your password, man. But anyways, coming back to this chat, I think the trade is coming, guys. I think the trade is coming. I'll be back after. Yeah, please, guys. Like, as I told you, this is a watch party. You guys should get your popcorns. You guys should get everything, and we are gonna have a lot of fun watching this, right? So, anyways, I'm also pretty happy to see that the target number for the day, 4400, is very nearby. 9 more subs, and we are there. And trust me, guys, I did not expect that. I absolutely did not expect us hitting it. We might still not hit it, but still, we are close to it, and that's exciting. Yeah. But anyways, all you guys are watching, if you like the stream, do like it, do share. If you don't find the like button, you can double tap, and you're already there. You can share, you can subscribe, and do let me know in the meantime if you guys want to watch other games also. But I would prefer to stick on to this and go deep on this game, because there's a very interesting matchup here. It's not just because Gukesh is a world champion and Magnus is world number 1. This matchup is even more interesting because of the different style they have, and Magnus declined the queen trade. That is a big decision, chat. Magnus says no. And I understand, chat, because if you look at this, right, just like what we were talking about, this, if he had traded, this is all in for Gukesh then. This is a like free game for Gukesh, who will be targeting b2 forever. So Magnus doesn't want to give him that. So he goes with queen f3. Not the g4 move we had mentioned, because knight f6, as someone had told me, I think Miller, hits me directly on g4. So, yep. So that's exciting to see. Magnus has literally said, I don't care about castling. London system. Yep, Gaurav. John. That's true. The London system is here. And in response, what Gukesh played. This is El Clasico. Yeah. This is, yeah. This is true. It's the London system. We are in for a treat. It's 17 moves have been done. I used to have during the World Championship times, this thing for the moves. But I think, unfortunately, I removed it. My bad, chat. My bad. I think Magnus is focusing on the knight. His knight, maybe, chat. Like, see, as I told you, right? Here, the black king is not in the most exciting of places at the moment. There is problems against this king because he's alone. and you don't want your king to be alone. Of all the people out there, why would you want your king to be alone? Right? So that's definitely not what these guys want. Who's winning in the Hikaru Fabi game? We'll go into that in between sometime, like when things get a bit more lighter in the Magnus Gukesh game. Because that's what I feel, guys. I could go through everything and explain everything to you, but that's not fun, right? We will select one game, we will make it our main game and have a watch party there, and then of course I will go to the other ones also. The Hikaru game, I think there is a very interesting Wei game happening, Wei versus Erigazi. That's a very interesting game. I kind of found the opening very interesting there. It was a French, I love it. So yeah. Hey Data, remember me? You can tell me something and I will. But I think I remember a lot of you guys from the puzzle days. Like we used to be pushing towards 3100. We will get back to all of that very soon. Yep, chat. But at the moment, this is a very exciting game in front of us. Magnus versus Gukesh. Calculation versus intuition, maybe? I'm not saying Magnus is pushing the b2 pawn can cause a trade. How's that? I don't think touching this pawn is possible right now. Because if you touch it anywhere, I'm dropping the a3 pawn. So I think Magnus is not going to be touching any of... Like maybe of course dc5 is an option. Other than that, Magnus is not at all excited to do anything on this side, chat. Because Gukesh is well prepared on that side. His pieces are ready there. What Magnus is definitely looking for is to have the action on this side of the board, because this is where his guys are. Look at these guys. So it's a very clean plan, right? Where both of them want to play. And I hope you guys are able to get through all these variations and things that we are talking about. If at any point you have a question, do throw it to me. If anything is confusing, do let me know, because I'm trying to get this through to you guys in the most simple and the most easiest ways possible. Even if you have a random kid in the room running around, put him in front of the TV and ask him, watch this, right? Learn some chess. So just kidding, chat. But anyways, great to see all of you in here. We have got a very consistent audience today, which is very nice. I also hope all your Monday is good. Gukesh has 50 minutes left on the clock, which could be something both players will be looking like into. Magnus also has 50 minutes. It's an equal fight. I think it's 1 hour 30 minutes for the first 40 moves, and the rest 30 minutes once you finish 40 moves. So now it's move number 17. There are still 23 moves left to be played for 40. Time to get the kids in my basement to learn some chess then. Yeah, just bring them in, right? Like, he might be running around with some random, like, stuff or something, but ask them, like, come back here. Yeah. Hi, I'm your new sub. Thank you so much, player. I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That really feels like you're doing something correct, right? So yeah, thank you so much, man. Mine is definitely at a point where I can explain this well for you guys. Yeah. So like definitely in the good league for sure. Hi, I'm your old sub. Thank you so much, Prohead. I really appreciate that too. So because you have been here for a long time then. And that also means that we are doing something good. But anyways, guys, we are waiting for how Gukesh is going to respond to Magnus's Queen F3. A very interesting move, keeping things still unbalanced. The game could go either way. And if you guys are new here, this is I think the matchup of the, like, I wouldn't say the year, maybe, since there is the Esports World Cup coming up this year. So I couldn't say the matchup of the year. There could be more fun things happening there. Otherwise, maybe a very interesting matchup, most anticipated matchup of this 2025. Because Magnus Carlsen and Gukesh had never faced each other after Gukesh won the World Championship. So a lot of things to prove maybe. Or will Gukesh be able to take this as a very normal day, play his game of chess, and just go back? That's it. And that is what someone should be looking forward to. Your favorite GM? Of all the world players, I used to love watching the Capablanca games of the players who play at the moment, of course, Magnus's games is pretty exciting to watch. Yeah, I think, yeah, I like. There's no special favorite at the moment. Like, yeah, of course, Magnus is always someone I felt would be the best for a very long time to come. Is my ancestor country? Yeah, yeah, Data, for sure. Definitely about that for sure. But anyways, I don't, but I feel nowadays these chess games are becoming boring because of engines. Most of them ended up in a draw. That's at a very top level, even if you think about it, right? I feel there is so much more to go with classical chess. Uh, it's a great format, so much more unexplored stuff there. And yeah, of course, at the 27 plus 100 level, there is all these well prepared games. But yeah, I don't think it's not that easy to be extremely prepared with the engines. Someone can go wrong at some point. And I like the format this Norway chess has put forward, where they have actually put up a tiebreaker. Even if the game ends in a draw, you will have to play a rapid game and then a blitz game. So basically, the draw at the end of the day is not going to help you. A random draw is not going to help you. You have to go into the rapid and blitz and prove yourself there. Magnus wants knight a5, then queen g4, knight h5, right? Yeah, knight h5, queen g4 is definitely a plan. Hitting this. So yeah, there is things that Gukesh needs to think about here. He needs to think what is his plan here. He has done everything perfectly well as of now. This king is cut out here, can't castle. If anybody thinks why, isn't the king going to g1? No, you can never castle through a check. Just a tip for someone who's watching chess for the first time. You can't go like this. I've seen people do it. They're like, what's the big deal? I'm going to g1, right? But you can't go through a check. Yeah, it's very simple. For like going into serious stuff, chat, like I feel for Gukesh, he needs to create some play on this side. Otherwise, he has to get his pieces onto the other side. So, not a very easy decision for Black to play, to be honest. And he's going down to 45 minutes. He needs to be precise with his time. The computers have just right now said, why did you play that move, Gukesh? They did not like bishop d6. I wonder why. Because maybe knight h5 is easily possible right now. Because if you go knight h5, earlier he had knight f6 to challenge this knight immediately. But now you can't play it because this knight would just take you and your kingside structure is really broken. You don't want that happening every now and then. Didn't they face each other during the round robin? Yeah, freestyle they have. Like this is the first time they're facing each other in the classical format. And that is the most important format in the chess world, at least of now. So it does make a big fight all the way. Hey Lane, I took a whole shower and the position is the same. I like that. I like that, man. Maybe you have not been here during the World Championships, right? You could have taken a shower, had your dinner, you come back after like ordering your dessert. Still the same position, right? We really miss Ding Liren right now. Ding could have given a fun time for everyone, right? I really wonder where he is right now. I hope he does make a comeback and come back into this into the World Championship cycle. Maybe qualify somehow. It would be so fun to see him. He's a great guy. But yeah. Anyways, chat, coming back to the position, bishop d6, not the best of moves, is what happens here, because knight h5 is a very interesting move here. If you think what is a big deal, is that earlier in this position, chat, here if I had gone, for example, you go rook c8, and if I go knight h5, you can always challenge me also with this immediate knight f6. Because if I take it, you take it with the bishop, and that's very normal, right? But that's also not normal, because there is bishop h6 and there is a lot of complications here. So it is complicated. But I feel at least like, okay, bishop h6, you still have things that can be done. But here, guys, I think bishop d6, the straightforward idea is it just allows knight h5. And you can't challenge this knight. It's looking at here. Queen g4 is a plan. Even here, guys, g4, g5 is a plan. So Magnus is on the run now. Like, he's like, okay, I'm starting to like this position right now. And goat versus alien. So see, the whole point is that, guys, Gukesh is extremely good at his skills to calculate. He can calculate out of any kind of an issue. And Magnus, his intuitive understanding of chess is very high. So this trust me, this is a very, very interesting game that we are watching. Like, a lot of things, maybe for Gukesh, it's a big opportunity to, like, I know, see, he doesn't have to prove anything. He has been the world champion, nothing, but he can show the world what he's made of, how strong he is. And what better than the classical format? Seeing you now, Gukesh seems in a losing position. Can you tell how it's equal? No. I'm not saying Gukesh is in equal position. Like, why is it equal? Is that, see, guys, just because knight h5, queen g4 doesn't mean it's a checkmate, right? Like, there is still defenses like knight f8, bishop here, king can move out of the way. That's why maybe you see the bar still says it's equal. But trust me, if you're playing a normal, like, player out there, someone in your club next door, knight h5, queen g4, or g4, g5, you're gonna scare the hell out of him, right? But why is it not the case here? Is because you're playing the world champion. And I think that doesn't need more explanations. They're not gonna be scared, right? So that's why it's looking equal. How about the bishop sack now? I like your energy for that, Miller. But trust me, Miller, like, it is a thing, okay? Your bishop sack was definitely something to think about. But here also the problem is not enough attacking possibilities. Or at least we had to have, if I get an open file for the rook or something, it would have been great. But here again, if I sack, he takes queen g4 check. And Magnus goes for it, guys. Magnus is going for knight h5. And we are in for a game now. I don't know. See, Magnus can't even castle, so his plan could contain g4, g5. And then rook g1. Like, he could go all in for this king. And the interesting thing is that it could go either way. If Magnus and his attack doesn't work, he will be left with a ton of weaknesses, and Gukesh will take home the game. But if Magnus breaks through on that king, that would be good night for the world champion. It's equal because stockfish evaluation is out of the world. Not really, dude guy. Like, I think you guys understood, right? There are defensive resources here. And I feel Gukesh can find it too. Like, it's not just a stockfish and the stockfish evaluation. I think it's decent ideas that Gukesh can find. I think Gukesh is just going to trade this bishop, chat. He's going to take it. Queen takes it. Because the less the pieces, the less scarier this attack is going to be. Right? So I don't think he's gonna walk into this for sure. So Magnus did go knight h5. Let's see what we have in for this now. Knight h5 on the board. Bishop f4 seems to be straightforward. I'm just thinking, I don't know if this will ever happen. G4 g5 idea is quite a fun plan, you know. Eltrick went out here. Oh, that's sad, man. G7, queen G3. Oh, yeah. You mean knight G7, right? But for knight G7, Etany, I think there is this in-between move of bishop takes f4 first. Because I see your plan. That's a very interesting plan. Because knight G7, guys, if you're thinking, let me play a random move. So he thinks like knight G7. Knight G7 can be a mistake here because if I take it, the plan is queen G3 check and get the bishop. So we don't do that. We do this thing called an in-between move, right? Or where he takes you. He takes this piece, and then when you take it, he'll take it. I hope that makes sense, right? So, but yeah, if he plays some random moves, this is definitely a threat. Look at this now. Now that's a problem. But definitely not something Gukesh is gonna walk into. So he did trade the bishop, chat. Just like what we were talking about. I'm quite excited to see if Magnus is going to take it with the knight or the queen. He's definitely not going to take it with the pawn, guys. That's a very bad idea. You will have a doubled pawns if you take it with this. Looks really bad. Double pawn, take, isolated pawn. That's a set of really bad pawns, right? We don't want that. So he's never gonna do that. I think Magnus is just thinking whether he should take it with the queen, he should take it with the knight, and one of this is gonna happen for sure. Gukesh should not waste too much time because Magnus is really good in endgames. That's a point. Yeah, that's a point. I think Gukesh will speed up. We are on move number 18 right now, chat, and this looks quite interesting. So do let me know if you have any questions. I think Queen F4 is pretty straightforward, right? And Gukesh is gonna take this, open this file, or try to open this file. That could be another thing. Yep, and my one and only, what do you say, moderator is here. But yeah, as he says, guys, if you like the stream, do like the stream, do share it, do subscribe. That would be great. That would be absolutely great. In the meantime, we are waiting to see what Magnus is waiting to recapture. If you're thinking why is Magnus like even confused here, he has two options. He can take it with the knight, he can take it with the queen. So that is what has been keeping him busy thinking. So yeah, I subscribed. Yeah, so that's a great line. Thank you so much, all you guys who have subscribed today. I think we will definitely hit the golden number. That is 4400, which looks good, right? Anyways, guys, so a very interesting matchup here. And I feel we are in for a fun night today. And all you guys who have joined in, if you're just joined in right now, this is the world champion D. Gukesh facing off against the world number 1, Magnus Carlsen. So this is definitely a game worth watching. Yep, and you can catch us on Instagram the same way. Which move is better? It's according to the kind of positions you like to play. I feel both are fine. There is chances Magnus could go for knight f4 also. Because he's good at playing these kind of setups with the knight here. He might go for h5 at some point. Rook g1. I don't know if he's even thinking of rook g1, g4, g5. It's a plan, but we still have to wait and see. Queen takes is definitely one of the most common moves too. If he is planning to attack even more. But since Magnus is thinking a bit, chat, I doubt whether he's also considering knight takes f4. So knight takes f4 definitely is there. Magnus should have sacked the bishop. Yeah, Miller, I agree with you, man. We'll get this to Magnus somehow, right? We'll get Magnus to know this somehow. Yeah, Prohead is like, oh, like I don't have any kind of electric stuff here, and bro still wants to sack the bishop. Yeah, d4 c4. Oh yeah, he takes with the queen. Pretty cool. So that's a very interesting move, guys. This knight can't come back to f6 anymore, so that's not happening. e5 is an interesting move, you know. Like, I kind of like this move. Sack the pawn, take rook e8 maybe? I don't know. It also opens up this line for the queen to come in. So e5 is a very interesting pawn sacrifice if you ask me. If not, if you want to look for a very normal looking move, then rook c8 is fine. You can take pawn takes pawn, trying to open a bit of this file. So both players are completely in this game, but still at the same time, guys, it's a game that can go either way. Had they playing 10 minutes match, Magnus would not take that much time. Then how does it matter to take time for each move? Kindly. Yeah, so that's a very straightforward question, Aryan. Like, it's because this is a classical format game, right? If you play fast like a rapid game here, there's this saying in chess that in a classical game, like, we ain't scared of the people who are just randomly playing so fast. That means you're not really thinking, right? When both have the time trouble, then it's okay because your opponent doesn't have the time to think, right? But here, if Magnus plays fast, Gukesh has all the time in the world to think. So you are not gaining any advantage by playing fast. Because your opponent, if he's really smart, he will just take his time, find the best move, and play. And your speed won't be good enough in classical chess. Your calculation, your intuition, everything comes into play. So that could be the reason that Magnus is like, I ain't playing fast. Yeah. Rook lift. Yeah. I like that actually, Miller. Like, rook h3, rook g3. Let's slam in this king, yeah? Anyways, chat, thank you so much for everyone who joined in today. Okay, it's not like the stream is over, but I just saw that we hit 4400, the good looking number, which was the target as we started the stream today. So really appreciate, guys. I didn't think that we would hit it, but we did, and that's great. He's going to take with it. Also in rapid, usually they have lesser accuracy. Yeah, exactly. Because guys, time plays a big role in chess. The less the time, the more the intuition that is needed. Because you don't have time to calculate, right? So yeah, so we are on move number 18, 19, guys, and Magnus has 41 minutes on the clock. Gukesh has 40 minutes. It's dead even. It's absolute silence and it's dead even at the moment. So I don't see anybody claiming that they have an advantage, but we will see. We will definitely see. But a big round one, because see, guys, like usually in the over the board tournaments, round one is never the most easiest round to play. You're just maybe traveling, you just came in for the tournament last day, you have to get into the, into the groove, right? And round one is always rounds where things could go wrong. You could win some games, you could maybe draw some games and stuff like that. Okay. So that would be a bad run. Nah, he can't run with this king. It's not good enough, yeah. But anyways, chat, as I was saying, if you guys have just joined in, this is the most anticipated match of this year till now. It's the world number 1 Magnus Carlsen facing off against the current world champion Gukesh. And it is the first time they're meeting in a classical match after Gukesh went on to win the world championship in Singapore like last November. So it's a great matchup. It's a great matchup between the former world champion and the current world champion. So, yep. So that's the whole point, chat. So if you guys have any questions, anything that's happening right now, do let me know. His rapid rating is his subscriber count. 4400, yeah? That's that. You say that, man. You tell him. Yeah? Anyways, chat. How about queen d6 and then e5? E5 is a very good idea, Aryan. Like, e5 is definitely what black is trying to do here. He's planning to go queen d... Oh, wait a second. Queen d6 now? Not queen d6 now, right? Because unfortunately, that queen's gonna be history if you go to d6. Just kidding. I know you didn't mean it, but your whole idea of trying to get in e5 is a good idea. You could try that with rook e8. You could even sack the pawn now, which is quite interesting because Magnus takes, it's a double pawn. You could get it back at some point. Opens the line of the queen towards the king side. Lot of good things can happen. Hey Hamim, how are you, man? How about queen c6? But queen c6 doesn't let you play e5, right? So I think rook e8 is a plan. e5 directly itself is a plan, guys. Like, see, I don't know, computers might hate us for this, but it's a human game, right? Because if you take this, you see, I don't really like these pawns that well. I feel your queen can always come in. This is a very interesting queen position. You can play rook e8 to get this at some point. And yeah, I don't think it's the best of moves. I don't think Gukesh is gonna take any unwanted risk like this. But definitely it is something that can be thought about. Or if you're looking for a very normal looking move, you can take it with the pawn. You take it. I think Magnus would be thinking here, because this is a good move actually, chat. Like, if you take it with this, then e5 is a big problem, right? And then he goes e5. And if you take it with this now, here comes... oh, wait a second. Here comes knight e5. Here comes knight e5, chat. this will be a very exciting variation. You can't take it. Rook e8 and boom, game's done. So don't worry, Magnus ain't doing that. So pawn takes d4 is a very interesting choice, because if you take it, e5 is clearly better for Gukesh here. He'll definitely have a great advantage here. And if you take it with the d pawn, the problem is that this file opens up and rook c8, and wow. So c takes d4 is a very, very good looking move. But of course, Magnus does have queen takes, threatening a checkmate. Gukesh could go e5, sacking this pawn, but I don't know, man. This is not easy. And you're not playing against someone that easy. Hey, Pranay, how are you, man? Like, this game is going very interesting, chat. To be honest, like, this might look like a very normal looking position, but this is the reason why Gukesh is spending his time. He's down to 35 minutes on the clock, which is actually not so good for him. Because you don't want to put yourself into huge time trouble before move number 40. You don't even have the increment, you have nothing, and things could go wrong. Oh, take with the rook? No, take with the rook is bad, right? You can't take with the rook. If you take with the rook, e5, and you immediately lose a piece. Or do you have something like queen g3? Maybe, right? Yeah. No, you don't. Like, or do you? I don't know, like, takes, rook takes, let's see that. Rook takes, I feel e5 is game over, right? e5, queen g3, you're like, take my rook. But this move is always very helpful. I thought if you could take it, if you take g6, we could take back and hit the h5 pawn. I mean the knight. But I thought about this move. But interestingly, guys, you take it, king h8, and there is nothing. White is simply down a piece. There is no attack on this king. Rook g8 is coming next move. And everything is protected, and Gukesh will just take home the point. Magnus ain't doing that, for sure. Yeah, the bishops got traded on d6. Gukesh took on f4. Magnus just took back with the queen. A very, very interesting position, guys. And that is the reason why Gukesh, the world champion, is at the moment thinking. So, all you guys are new here. This is the world #1 chess player facing off against the current world champion. See, guys, I really like the number 4400, but that doesn't mean we have to stay there, right? We can go ahead. I don't want to go back. I mean, we can go ahead, right? So, anyways, guys, see other boards. Oh, okay. So you guys want to see other games also? Like, do you want to watch the Hikaru game and stuff? Do let me know. I can switch boards to so that we can have a look at that. In the meantime, Gukesh makes a move. But only if all you guys want to do it. Otherwise, it's fine. I can stay with this game. It's up to you guys. Because I think a lot of you guys have been really following this game, and I also wish to like go in depth with this game. Of course, I can like we can in between go into it. Just a small look at the other board's position, then we go back. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Chat. Got it. Right. Let's quickly look into this other game positions quickly, and then come back to this game, right? Yeah, so Arjun Ergazi, Wei game entered in a draw. They will play the Rapids, I think, very quickly. This was a very interesting game. Like, I really wanted to watch this game because this was a fun French defense by Ergazi. I do this line myself, but I think what I do is I take it with the B pawn. But yeah, I ain't questioning any prep. So yeah, very interesting position. I think Arjun Ergazi was very well prepared, and with the black pieces, I guess he's happy for the draw maybe, but definitely he is he has to get ready for the rapid tie break. Yeah, so there you go, the Armageddon. Arjun Ergazi versus Wei. There's this Armageddon game that's happening, which will be very exciting. Are significance of endgames more than middle game? No, they're equally important. Every phase of the game is equally important. It's how you manage them, right? Be good at any two of it at least. But yeah, guys, so this will happen very soon. Hikaru versus Fabi. So that's also kind of very much equal here. Very interesting position for Fabi. Lot of play happening on this side of the board. It's like a ton of pieces are on this side. they played a slab. So Hikaru came up with a slab defense. I think this tournament is very important for Hikaru also, because if he wants to qualify for the candidates, he has to be at the top of the rating list, the top rated player who can qualify. So I think very important for Hikaru in terms of candidate qualifications too. Fabi down 30 minutes. Yeah, that's something you have to expect against Hikaru. Yeah. And I've also seen that Hikaru has great result against Fabi recently, I think in the American Cup and other stuff. He has been getting some good games against Fabi. So yeah, Hikaru is kind of the favorite. Fabi down to 21 minutes. That's true, chat. Hikaru has 51 minutes, so that is definitely worth noting, because they are only reached move 27. And you know Hikaru Nakamura, he can put you in a lot of trouble. So that's the 3 set of games that's happening right now, which are going on. The Armageddon between Ergazi and Wei will happen. In the meantime, we are back to the Magnus Carlsen position, where the world champion Gukesh is spending a lot of time. Right? So, yeah, D4 and C4 are a lot of positional play. Of course, like we have to know how to play all the kind of games. Like, you can't just play one system, right? Oh, I missed you. Hey, Red Chaos, how are you, man? That's something nobody told me. But yeah, that's great to hear. That is very nice to hear, to be honest. But all you guys who have just joined in chat, if you like the stream, if you like anything that you see, watch, or whatever it is, do like the stream, do share, do subscribe. We will be here for a long time to come. Why Hikaru always plays fast? Why doesn't he use due time for each move? He does use the time. At critical moments, they will use time, guys. Like, it's not like he's gonna play like what you see in his streams or like a title Tuesday or something. He's definitely gonna take his time. He will make his moves. And yeah, that's how it works, right? Hi, I'm your new subscriber. Thank you so much, Rajesh. I really appreciate that. He's just like that. Pressure to develop A8. True. Like, I think Gukesh might be thinking of something like Rook C8. Open this file up, trade the pawns, and yeah, I think that's what he's considering here. He's world number 2 for a reason. Yeah, and this tournament is very important, I guess, for Hikaru. He needs to hold on to his world number 2 spot because of his way towards the candidates. It would be really nice. I would really like to see a Hikaru versus Gukesh World Championship. That would be really nice. I feel Hikaru is that one guy who like, I'm not saying he deserves to be world champion. Like, of course he does, but he's someone who deserves to play for it. I really feel Hikaru Nakamura is that one guy. He's been here forever, it seems like. So it would be a great matchup. There will be a lot of things for the fans to watch. And it's like a clash of generations also. Gukesh versus Hikaru would be a very nice matchup that I would like to see. I really feel Hikaru deserves that. Yeah. So yeah, guys, of course, yeah, Gukesh should try to open the center and maybe create something on the C file. But of course, his whole plan is this E5 move. He is thinking how he can make this work. Yeah, like, yeah, of course, people are good, you know. These guys, you know, this chat is great, chat. You guys are amazing. Just to be honest, you guys are great. I know we are doing something good or correct. That's why you guys are subscribing. And thank you so much for that, right? So you do something, you get something maybe. Hi, Matt. How are you? So anyways, guys, so as I was saying, I'm really looking forward to maybe a Hikaru World Championship at some point. Wow, Gukesh did go for E5, chat. Wow, that's amazing. Computers don't like it. See, the bar is like, oh, Gukesh, why so early? Why the rush? But to be very honest, guys, I feel practically it's a very interesting move. And Gukesh did go for it. That is very underrated channel, my man. Looks very professional. Thanks, man. Thanks, mate. I know that. And the funny thing is that, chat, I know why we ain't like gaining these many subs and stuff. And I don't know. It's because of the fact I ain't putting the kind of those kind of videos, like maybe mate in 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I don't know what, man. I like there's this mental block in doing it. So that's the thing. But that's fine. That's fine. Damn, help calculate this. I think after pawn take, rook takes, pawn d5. What move would you prefer in this position? Still, no, not really. Like, see, I think white has to take it. Like, or Magnus could also think about queen g3 here, chat. This is interesting. You're hitting him directly here. Gukesh, I think his whole plan of playing e5 was to bring this queen all over here. Queen takes, pawn takes. I don't know, knight g3. Yeah, a lot of trades here. But the problem here for Gukesh, chat, is that this is kind of the Magnus Carlsen zone maybe he's walking into. He is giving Magnus the kind of positions Magnus is always happy playing. So that is something that could really backfire for him. Right? So that's the only concern here. Otherwise, Gukesh, my man, he's one of the best calculating players out there. So you just cannot question his abilities to calculate, can you? Okay, now I got it. You're in a... But anyways, e5, definitely a great try by Gukesh. It's a practically good move, chat. Like, that's why while we were analyzing, I told you, right? e5 was definitely what Gukesh was thinking about. And it's practically nice an engine, bro. So anyways, it's definitely a very practical idea, right? To break this center. And what Gukesh has done here is kind of very interesting, because he just did not want to sit back and let Magnus do the Magnus effect pressure, right? Put the pressure, grind you down and get that slight advantage and then game over, right? He just didn't want it. So he's like, what Gukesh is showing here is very good attitude. He's like, rather than you grinding it out, let's play this. Let's have some fun complications on the board, or let's see how you deal with these stuff. So e5, very interesting pawn sack. I am pretty interested to see how Magnus deals with this. Magnus could move this, right? Magnus could move the queen to g3. That is a possibility. Or like, isn't that a decent move because you're threatening mate, right? Yeah, I think queen g3 is definitely a plan. You could take it also with the pawn. D takes e5. So I'm pretty excited to see how Gukesh is going to deal with this pawn sack. Is he really thinking of something like bringing this? Because this is hanging. So there is a lot of stuff after this take, guys, because the d5 pawn hangs. Is he going to take care of it? Is he going to hit this knight with this move, which is quite a very interesting move? A lot of interesting answers to be given here. And I think that is the reason why Gukesh spent a lot of time. He has 27 minutes on the clock, while Magnus has 37. One good advantage that I see for Gukesh is that he has played this marathon of games recently against Ding in the World Championship, the same format. So he knows this format. He knows when to not go into time trouble, when to go into time trouble. Arjun Ergazi's game, yeah. That game ended in a draw. If you want to see what happened in the Armageddon game, they haven't started it. I think maybe the Armageddon games starts together. So it could be something like that. They might have gone for a break, something like this. So that game ended in a draw. Hikaru Fabi is still happening out there. And Hikaru has all the time in the world. No surprise to anyone. He has 46 minutes on the clock. Fabiano is down to 16 minutes. Position looks quite equal. The whole fight is happening on this C file. Look at this now. Every single piece. And they're just like, whoever cracks on the C file is going to crack this game. Right? But then we have a very, very important game happening on the other side between the world champion D. Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen. So let's see what a position. Poor Fabi. Yeah? How much will be the increment after move 40? It's like after move 40, if it's the same system that we have been seeing, then both players will get 30 minutes each plus 30 seconds extra. So that is the increment that will happen. So yeah, and all you guys who are here, if you've just joined in, this is the match of the day, guys. Match of the day between the world champ Gukesh versus Magnus. It's been a fun ride till now. All you guys who have been here, we have analyzed it pretty well till now, I guess. We have got the sense of this game. And yeah, Magnus been playing one interesting game, man, like with the king kept in the center. Or there's one more thing, chat, like Gukesh might also be going ahead here with this e5 break in the spirit of the game, because with the king in the center, they always say that you have to open up the center if the king is there in the center. It's like hide and seek, right? If the king hides somewhere, you have to find him. You have to find him, you have to get him out of there, right? I feel that's chess. That's the whole thing. If you use illogical reasoning, creative move. So anyways, chat, I hope you guys are also enjoying this right now. So Magnus, I feel, has two options that he's thinking about right now. One is queen g3, that hits the g7 pawn immediately. And he's thinking, should I take it? The only concern Magnus has about taking this pawn could be that his king is also in the center. So if Gukesh manages to at some point get d4 and open the position up, then this king could say bye-bye, right? So maybe that's the only reason, or he's also calculating the variations where he can hit this d5 pawn. He's trying to understand, why did Gukesh give up the pawn? Because isn't d5 also under pressure? So what is his plan? Why did the world champion do this pawn sacrifice? So that's what everybody's waiting for, guys. Let's see what Gukesh has up his sleeve. Some very interesting chess coming up. I'm not even sure, guys, whether this game will go into the Armageddons even. This game could end up in what do you say? The classical format itself. What would you play? I don't know, man. Like, very tough scenario to analyze. You need time here. That's why Magnus is taking his time. This is not a very easy position to immediately say that, I'm just going to do this, right? So it's a very, very interesting position to have a random calculation. And I think that really favors Gukesh. He likes these positions where you need to calculate very well. And it's kind of in his zone right now. I thought the point was taking the queen. Taking the queen? Like how? No, taking with the queen is not possible, right? You can't take it because the knight's here. Just letting you know. But I think d takes c5 is the most challenging for sure. Like, Gukesh has to show what he has seen for this, because he has to be very precise here, chat. Because if black is not precise, Magnus is gonna take over the game. And that's not good signs for you, right? So a very risky game by both players. Gukesh is really opening this game up now with e5, and this is gonna get really exciting from now. So if you guys are new here, in the meantime, if you like the stream, if you like the analysis, if you like anything, right, you can like the stream, you can double tap, you can share, you can subscribe. Worst opening according to you? There's nothing like that. It's how you play. It's no openings are like worst or something. It's just how you deal with it, how you know to play it. If you don't know anything about it, then almost any opening can become worst for you. It's like, it's not how Magnus, Hikaru, or Gukesh plays an opening. If you want to be good at something, you have to prove that I know this opening too. So yeah. So I think that makes sense, right? So me pointing out a worst opening doesn't make any sense. But anyways, guys, great to see all you guys today joining in. It was so much fun here, and it is still so much fun. And yeah, Gukesh with e5 and Magnus using his time. This game is coming down to the wire because Magnus is left with 31 minutes on the clock. Gukesh has 27. And yeah, not easy, chat. Okay, Magnus decides to go the other way. So Magnus was not convinced with all these complications. I think Magnus did calculate this to go with queen g6. I think he was not happy with this move. His knight was under attack, the pawn was under attack. So he just didn't want it, and like he would have to go with something like this. And this is completely against the nature of positions Magnus play, and that could be the reason he didn't want this. So yeah, chat, like makes a lot of sense, right? Makes a lot of sense. Magnus said, I don't want any complications with you. I'm gonna go queen g3. But with that, Magnus drops his advantage and it's back to equal. Very interesting to see how Gukesh will face this. Would he offer a queen trade? Would he go with queen g6 or would he just play g6? And before we could even ask that question, Gukesh was like, I'm just going to trade it. Just going to trade the queens. But again, chat, he needs to prove that he is fine to play this position against the best endgame player literally in the world right now. That's Magnus. He needs to prove this, that he can hold this on. This looks like a puzzle. Are you tactical or positional? Very. I think I'm more positional than tactical. But I love people who are tactical. I feel they're great. Like it's great to be tactical. It's like one punch knockout, right? Positional, you have to punch again and again and again at the same place. But anyways, chat. Yeah, so that's where we are anyways. I know there's a lot of you consistently watching, waiting to see what's happening. Don't worry, I got you. But do ask me any questions you guys have. Don't hesitate. Don't drop back. Feel free to let me know. This looks like a puzzle. Not anymore, right? After the trade. Like, now this is an endgame. Either this is gonna be an endgame lesson from Magnus Carlsen to the world, or Gukesh is gonna show us how he can easily hold Magnus in an endgame that he would like to play. So this is definitely win-win scenario for all you guys who are watching, because you're gonna go out here learning a lot of stuff about chess. So anyways, chat, if you're new here, you know the drill, right? You can like the stream, you can share it, you can subscribe so that more people gets to it, more people watches it, and we have a lot of fun watching this together. And also do ask me any questions you have here in this position. That's a nice hut for the king. Oh, you mean here? King h7. Nah, Gukesh is never going into that hut. Never ever. He's gonna do it because it's going towards an endgame. You need the king here rather. He would be happy to get the king to e6 rather than h7. h7 is not a place we want to be, right? Not in the part of the game. The king's a fighting piece when it comes to the endgame. He's like, how about locking the pawn with e4? That's a plan, but if you lock in with e4 at the moment, I understand. Magnus might think about pawn takes c3, pawn takes c5, because he can target the d5 pawn after that, being a weak pawn. But the idea is this knight can jump to d3. So if you can make that happen, then it makes sense. Otherwise, locking it up might not really help us that much. I think c takes d4 is a very standard move here. The reason is very simple, chat. I want to bring this rook, right? He has to someday be part of the game. And when he's part of the game, this file could be very helpful if it's opened up. I had to do something. What did I miss? Nothing much, Lane. It's just that there was a queen trade that happened a few moves ago. Magnus had some chances, very interesting position here while we were here. Gukesh did a very interesting pawn sacrifice here, chat, which was very nice from Gukesh. He wanted active play, so he said, I'm going to go e5. Magnus could have taken with the pawn, targeting d5, and all complications would have arisen. This would have been the variation after queen g6, g4. And Magnus, this might be against his style of play. So he's like, I don't want to do this. And he went for the move queen g3, threatening mate. Gukesh goes for queen g6. Magnus says, time to take games to my style of play. And now we are heading towards a very, very interesting endgame that needs to be played very well, because the pawn structures are quite different, and both Magnus is a master of these things. If you make one wrong decision, guys, like, trust me, Gukesh, don't do that. Right? But very interesting to see. Okay, Magnus, after this, okay, so Gukesh goes e takes d4, chat. He takes it with the e pawn. I don't think Magnus will take with this pawn because of the fact he doesn't want to give a simple open file and like not get a great scenario here. But it is a move, it is definitely a move. Magnus might be thinking with this c takes d4, and now Gukesh has to be very careful because Magnus could, if you play b6, I could see, guys, b6 takes. This is called hanging pawns, which is not a great pawns to have, because the more you're going towards an endgame, they become very weak. And at the same time, if you don't do that, Magnus will take and make this a isolated pawn, and he will put the whole world onto that pawn. Trust me. So the best option here is c4, I guess. After c takes d4, Gukesh has to go c4. But this is a game, chat. Trust me, b3 can happen. Like, Magnus might think about b3 in that scenario. Can he do that? Because b3, b5 is what Gukesh could go for. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this is not that easy. Because what I was thinking is he can't take it, right? If he takes it, we can just go rook b1, take it. King e2, bring the next rook in. Target the d5 pawn. So this is a pawn structure game right now. You guys are going to have a very good masterclass about pawn structures. How to undermine them. How to put pressure on them. And everything. Everything's coming together today. Today is a jam-packed what do you say? Jam-packed gift for you guys. Pawn structure of Magnus seems very good. Yeah. Should Magnus castle soon? So Lane, this good commentary and analysis. Oh, thanks, Pradeep. I'm glad that you like this. Lane, actually, Lane, here, castling is not something Magnus will consider, because the queens are off the board. You don't have to castle here. You can just put the king to e2. Right? Because if you're castling, you're taking the king away from the center. And now that's a bad idea when the queens are not on the board. Isn't it? Hey, you are really good at... Oh, Romcom. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, man. Like, I'm just trying to have fun because I'm just... I like doing this, I like doing this, but I like it when there's a lot of you guys too. So that's the whole point. It's as I told you, it's a win-win scenario for you guys, for me, and everything. And I'm pretty sure Magnus and Gukesh will feed us with a lot of exciting games. First pawn down. Okay, see, yeah, you get it, right? So that's how good of a move is Magnus castling. Yeah, I think you got it right, Lane. Castling is just getting the king out of action. Don't do that. This king needs to be in action, right? Now, Gukesh has to make some very serious decisions here. Because if he takes this, the rook will take it. Be very clear about that, chat. You can't take it with the pawn. You take it, and this guy will suffer for the rest of this game. The d5 pawn will have to suffer. Because Magnus will play king e2. He will bring the next rook in. Or maybe even before king e2, he might remaneuver this knight to c3 or f4. Add more pressure. Then king e2, rook d1. And yeah. You don't want to be Gukesh in that scenario, right? But of course, I'm pretty sure Gukesh, being the defender and strong player he is, and he can get out of this unless he walks into the Magnus effect. Gukesh shouldn't trade queens. But unfortunately, the queens are off the board. He has traded the queens. I know it's sad, but what to do? There is no other options for it, is there? Just give me a second, chat. Okay. Was just checking something. Anyways, guys, all you guys who have just joined in, or if you are just new here, this is the world champion Gukesh facing off against Magnus Carlsen today. A very exciting game to learn from, to understand chess, and now you are definitely in for a treat. And Gukesh, of course, as we mentioned, doesn't want such a scenario, so he pushed the pawn to c4. Again, Magnus, if he's targeting this to make this isolated, b3 is definitely a very interesting plan. But of course, we have to calculate what happens after b5. a4 is usually a way you do break this, but then he has a6, right? These breaks are very key here. But if Magnus's plan doesn't work, then the c4 pawn can turn out to be a very strong pawn for Gukesh too. So, because even if you take here, I don't know, like rook here, rook challenges that file, king comes out. It's a very interesting position. d5 is weak for Gukesh, while this is a very good protected pass pawn you have to deal with, right? Maybe this knight can become a blockader. He can come to e2 and c3. That would be nice. And then try to create play on this file. And at some point, maybe find f3, e4. Yeah, looks nice for Magnus in that scenario. But yeah, still a long way to go. I don't know. If Magnus plays b3 here, chat, then he's in his zone. He's finding it. I think it's a very interesting variation here. So I think we just mentioned that, right? He could activate the rooks. There's two ways. 1935. He could either play b3 takes and get this open file, or get the king out and then activate this rook out of here. It's a very good question also, right? Because Magnus's rooks doesn't have that much of space that Gukesh has. Gukesh has a lot of space advantage after c4, but this is not that easy to play because of this b3 and e4 breaks at some point. E4 not directly, never do that. Your pawns will become very weak. I'm saying in future, somewhere when the knight remaneuvers, f3, e4. It's a plan, right? So that's it, guys. Like, the world champion is put under pressure. And who's putting him under pressure? No surprise, but the best in the business, Magnus Carlsen. He has really made Gukesh run for his money right now. But I don't know. It's still very early to say it. You can't consider, for example, chat, here you can see maybe the computers think, the engines might say that, wow, we like Magnus and his position. But +4, I mean 0.4 is not enough. Magnus knight is stopped, no move at all. Hey, but I think there is a plan, right? This knight can remaneuver. It will go from e2 and f4. It will be an amazing knight on f4, targeting here, looking down here, having control of this e6 square. It's a great piece there. I think Magnus will remaneuver the knight to f4 or c3, but I like it on f4 actually better. I kind of feel f4 is much better. I think Magnus might play knight e2. Yeah, I agree. Knight e2 is definitely a move we could see, chat. It is what, like, it's a very interesting move to play, right? c3 too. Yeah, c3 is also interesting. I like f4 actually. I really like knight f4. But if Magnus, trust me guys, if Magnus goes for the variation with b3 here, then we have a very interesting grind coming up, right? So go nowhere, anyone. If you're watching this game, if you're enjoying the stream, do what Arkham says. But if you're enjoying this game, be right here. Even if you don't like it, even if you don't subscribe, I don't care. Have fun watching this game. You guys are gonna learn so much from it. We might see a Magnus Carlsen grind today, or can we see Gukesh come back and take him down? It is a big matchup, and I think it's psychologically also a very important match for both players. I don't know how much Magnus cares about it at the moment, but for Gukesh, at this stage of his chess, a win here against Magnus could really boost his confidence, and he will feel that world champion aura. Yeah. So can you check Black's perspective? Yeah, of course. For Gukesh, I think what he has is space. He might also consider getting the king towards the center at some point, if not immediately. I'm pretty sure that will happen at some point. He will be activating this rook. Maybe rook c8. He might go b5, create some expansion on this queen side. That's the best things he can try at the moment. So yeah. Anyways, chat, great to see you guys all here today. I hope you guys have enjoyed till now, and I'm pretty sure you will enjoy further ahead, right? I think he means, can you flip the board? Oh, really? I thought he wanted me to ask from Black. So usually we do look at the games from the white perspective. So of course it's a nice change to see it from both sides. Yeah, doesn't look that bad for Gukesh, right? When you see it from this side, you're like, oh, it's not that bad. I have a lot of space. But trust me, guys, Gukesh knows what is good, what is bad here. Just kidding around. But yeah, this will be my concern here, b3. Because coming back to the normal part here. Because if you go b3, chat, you might be thinking, why the hell do you play it? Why can't I just take it free? It's not a free pawn. Now you can see that your d5 pawn is alone. He's isolated. Isolated pawns are bad in chess, and rook b1 comes in, and this pawn is anyways gone. It was just a temporary sacrifice, right? And if this happens, then you have to play forever, because white will keep putting pressure on this pawn, like knight e2, knight f4, rook takes, king e2 or king d2, next rook comes in, rook b5. it just won't end, right? So all you guys who've just subscribed, thank you so much. All of a sudden, Streamlabs is like, I'll let you know who subscribed, which it never did till today. IQP, yeah, the IQP. So it's a very important point to think about. Hey, hi man, how are you? Someone said hi, so hi back to you. Hope you're doing good. Who's the defending champion of this tournament? Last year, Magnus? Or did Magnus not play last year? That's a good trivia question, isn't it? Who's the defending champ? I don't know. 2024 Norway chess. I wonder who won last year. I don't know. It's a good one. I think most of the time I say Magnus randomly because I feel Magnus could be the one, right? So, anyways, all you guys are watching this stream. You guys are in for a treat in the final minutes of the game. And if you are looking for something interesting here, you can see that Magnus is low on time right now. He's down to 20 minutes on the clock. They have played only 23 moves till now. There is 17 more moves to play in the next 20 minutes. So Magnus literally has close to a minute plus on the clock. Even Gukesh has 21 minutes. This is where things are going to get very exciting, chat. And I'll try my best that we make it even more exciting, right? So Magnus is the defending champion. Are they playing over the board? Yeah, of course, this game is over the board. It's not an online event at Norway. This is happening at Norway. Yes, Maggie won. Magnus won last year. Yeah, thank you, chat. You guys have got it right. Magnus has won this so many times, so you never know. So again, Magnus did go for this plan. He didn't go for b3. I'm sad about that, but yeah. Magnus says, nah, I'm not interested about c3. So now he has both these options of going, oh, but wait a second, chat. Isn't this a double attack? Oh, okay. So what Gukesh is saying is that it's a double attack and all, but try to calculate is he'll just play knight f6 here. And if you take b5, that's a mistake maybe because he'll go knight f6 here. And if you take b5, rook b8 and boom, you're busted. So don't be greedy. Gukesh is just giving everybody a lesson and even telling Magnus Carlsen, just don't be greedy, right? Don't go for my pawns. Hikaru Hakimura was second. Oh, you mean Hikaru, right? That's a very nice mix of Hikaru and Nakamura. I've never heard someone bring both of their names together. You did a great job, my man. I bet they're calculating 53 moves ahead. Not really. So what Gukesh is really trying, chat, is that this pawn structure doesn't break. If it breaks, it's not for his good. Magnus will try to break it. Here comes b3. I mean, yeah, here comes b3 is coming up. Magnus is just preparing for b3. And makes a lot of sense here, doesn't it? I wonder how Gukesh is going to deal with it. So, and also, chat, at the moment b5 is hanging, so he has to play a6. Because earlier here, if you were thinking, now I can't take this because rook b8 and things are looking bad. I lose my b2 pawn and this rook becomes extremely active here. So Magnus played rook b1 here. The reason is very simple, that now I can take knight takes b5. So I think Gukesh is generally just going to play a6 and hold this together, right? So, oh no, pawn a4 doesn't work, man. Yeah, I will clear that for you. That's a very normal question that can happen. Here, if you go pawn a4, again a6 is coming. And your knight will be kicked away. And the moment the knight goes back, rook takes b2 is happening. So, yeah, I think both the players do see that pretty well. Could he not got... No. I think you got it, right? a6 and then you lose it. I just explained it, right? RB8 also possible. You see, chat, I can see your questions. I can foresee it. Yeah. I've just heard so many. A6 and yeah, exactly. A6 and rook b2 is coming. And it's a very complicated position. So yeah, knight. I think rook b1, Gukesh is just gonna play a6 here, right? Very logical. I don't think he's gonna spend more time, which they both shouldn't be. They're on move 26. I don't think... Oh, he goes rook b8. He's like, okay. I think it's fine, chat. It's at the same time not a big issue, and it makes sense also. He doesn't want to really have an annoying position. But this is starting to get very interesting, this whole game here, because Gukesh could even go something like b4 sometime. You know, a5 b4 maybe, or would Magnus play b4? That's a question too, because he has this very good-looking knight on c3, which is the blockader for this pawn. But the issue is that if black manages to get rid of this knight, then the c4 pawn is extremely strong. So feels like a draw. Thank you for the unless Gukesh goes on the attack, I don't see how this won't draw. Not very much sure. There is weaknesses, but still, one reason why Magnus might not go all in here is because he still has a chance. Because even if this game ends in a draw, chat, we are not done. We have Armageddon coming. Okay, so you guys are gonna see one of these guys winning today for sure. If the classical game ends in a draw, I think Magnus walks into a big advantage in the Armageddon, in the Rapid and Blitz side. So Gukesh will have it in the back of his mind. We have to know our strength. He knows his strength. He knows his weaknesses. Magnus is extremely good. This is not a draw. Yeah, there's still a lot of play here. I think knight b7 after a6 is it's rook b2. Yeah. So this game, chat, there's so much to see here. This is not over by a long run, right? f3 by Magnus. Here we go. Here we go, chat. So Magnus at some point will try e4. Not now. He can't because d4 is very weak. I think at the moment he will go maybe something like king f2 or king d2. I think it could be king f2 and activate the next rook here. Or put this rook to d1, support d4 and then break e4. This is the plan. Absolutely, Magnus has advantage in Armageddon. Always fun to see Magnus play Gukesh. Despite the title, Magnus still feels like world champion. Hard to explain. That's absolutely a very tough scenario in chess at the moment. Magnus not being the world champion and still literally being the best out there is a very confusing scenario, right? But yeah, I think it has really made the world championship cycle, like it has really opened it up for everyone to get their shot at it. Otherwise, Magnus would have been there for a long time to still come. And yeah, I think yeah, that's the thing. It's a very, as I said, I would love to see maybe a Gukesh Hikaru match. While when Magnus was the world champion, we were always seeing, I was always expecting who is gonna face Magnus, right? And it would have been also great to see someone take the world championship by beating Magnus, because that would have been like a big change, like how Vladimir Kramnik took it away from maybe Kasparov. Kramnik proved stronger, and yeah. But anyways, coming back to the game, chat, Gukesh goes in with a5. He could be thinking about b4 here and pushing it up the board, which is definitely a good thing. So all you guys who have just subscribed, thank you so much for the sub. Chess Info, hey bro, when you're making a long video. Yeah, Chess Info, hey man, how are you doing? Pretty soon, man. Like, that's why I've been missing for some days. I have been working out. I mean, not working out that way. I have been working out, but I've been like working on some of my travel plans and stuff. And trust me, chat, when you're traveling, the planning part is the hardest. Can we do b4? Yeah, he did. Nice going. Good going, Red Chaos. You have made your day, right? You made a move for Magnus. So b4 is good. b4 is very interesting, chat. Like in a normal, like I don't know, in a very normal tournament out there, how many would be daring to go with this? But it's a positionally good move to play. The idea is very simple. If Gukesh doesn't take this too, this knight is very well stopping this pawn on c4, and that's why Magnus even played this move f3 earlier, because knight e4 doesn't happen. He made sure this doesn't happen, so that f3 was played, and now he can go with something like king f2, and this knight stays here as a great blockading piece here, right? And if you think like, okay, what if he takes it? If he takes it, we are not going to take it with the pawn. That's a mistake, because he will play rook a8 and this open file is gone, so we can't do that. So if he takes it, you're going to take with the rook, and you see the pressure. b5 is like literally gone. So there is problems here. Gukesh has to be very careful. Otherwise, you give Magnus one chance in these endgames, it's not good. Passant is another option. If you are new to chess and you felt like, wait a second, black just cheated. No, he didn't. Passant is part of chess. It is a move that can be played. Long history to be told for it. But yeah, the rook can take it and still b5. This is what Magnus is looking for. He might be planning to bring the king up to d3, put the next rook here and target b5. So this is where we are going, chat. And this game is long from over. But the time's ticking down for Gukesh. He's down to 15 minutes. Magnus has 17 minutes. 12 more moves to make here. No Passant. Yeah, it's just, yeah, oh, thank you so much, TW. I'm glad that you're liking this. Yeah. I hope it's going to be even more fun as we go into the, if we go into the Armageddon's Rapids or Blitz or anything, you know. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, it's getting interesting, isn't it, chat? I think it was worth our time here, like watching this. Can we see 40 moves? Maybe, you know, like or maybe if the guys are thinking about some draw positions, it could happen even before that. But I think Magnus, if he gets one of like a position where he can grind Gukesh for some more time, he will do that before giving him the draw. It's about who is more fit, like who's physically also fit. Plays a big role here, chat, because when it goes into the Armageddon, you need energy, right? Chess is not like some of these guys. When I used to, like early days, I used to hear people say, oh, chess, it's easy. You sit in front of the board, you guys are playing. No tough things to do, right? You don't have to go to the ground. You're not running behind a ball. But with all due respect, guys, you need a lot of mental and physical, like, what do you say, stamina to play this. Okay. Magnus is very good advancing his pawns. Yeah. Here we go. And Gukesh takes Passant happens. Passant comes here. Probably the best in the world. That plus Endgame is where he shines. Almost unbeatable if he goes into Endgame with advantage. Yeah. And Gukesh says he needs to do something. And I like this approach that Gukesh has brought in today into this game. That is, he has really, what do you say? He has really played very actively. Gukesh did not let Magnus create that pressure on him. He goes immediately with b4. He knows he has to play very active. And Magnus says, okay, I'm just going to take you on b4. I think Gukesh will plan on taking either with the pawn or the rook. Rook takes b4 is on the board. They're speeding up now, chat. We're on move number 30. 10 more moves need to be played. Gukesh has 13 minutes. Magnus has 16 minutes. Time could be a thing. But now you have to also be focusing on these guys. They are weak. And if you give Magnus the chance, he will grab onto it. So I'm just thinking, like, he could also be thinking about this move of taking this rook. Takes. Either knight a4, knight c5. But that's not targeting anything, right? So knight e2, knight f4 is a good plan. Because I always have a lookout on this pawn. King d2 and rook b1. Then the king and rook together will try to grab this guy. So, trust me, this game might look very drawish, but it's not. There's so much more to play. So that's what's happening. Okay, Magnus rejects that trade, which is quite interesting, chat, because I have a feeling, what does Gukesh play here? There's no check, right? And Magnus hasn't moved, so he's like, of course, he's not going to castle anytime, but I was just thinking, maybe this is a plan for his king. King d2, king here. Magnus already wants to put pressure on these weaknesses. Gukesh is trying his best to play active chess. Maybe, I think since d5 is protected, something like rook e8 could be very helpful. You're hitting the e3 pawn. And yeah, you're just activating your rook pretty well, right? Or rook c8, rook b8. Rook b8 is a simple tactics. Take the pawn, rook b1 check. Take with the knight, take with the rook, get the rook. I know that's cheap tricks, but sadly that's it. Yeah. I was wrong about draw. This looks like about to blow up. You're spot on. Yeah, like, yeah, there you go. Rook e8. Gukesh is like, wait a second, man. Did you for a second say about this cheap trick? Just kidding, man. Like, to be very honest, I was just having fun. But this is definitely a move, right? At least makes Magnus to castle. Forcing Magnus to castle. Yeah. But just having fun. Rook e8, definitely. Gukesh, this has been his style of play throughout this game today. He's been very active. I think Magnus is thinking of king d2. Yeah, king d2 is a good plan, isn't it? I also feel king d, but king d2, no, king d2 is not possible because you have rook b2 check and you drop the g2 pawn. So things are not looking so good now for Magnus, to be honest. Gukesh has played very actively to equalize this position. Like, I don't see a way. How does he save this though? Like, how does he save this, chat? Or should he just give up this g2 pawn? Can I just go king d2? Give me a check. King d3. He takes this pawn. I take this pawn. Maybe. This now looks a bit drawish if we go into this scenario. Pro Red, I know you've been laying down there still thinking about why did he say about the sack, right? I know, man. I know. It hurts, but it's okay. So this is a bit drawish of, it's kind of like not much happening. But like, you have to really give it up for Gukesh, guys. Like, if it was anyone else, could have cracked into Magnus's zone, but Gukesh kept playing very active moves. He never played a passive defense or nothing. He just kept going one after the other. And if you guys are watching this, you love what you're watching, you cheering for Gukesh, you're cheering for Magnus. I don't know who you're cheering for, but if you like the stream, you can like it. You can cheer for me. You can subscribe, and you can do a lot of those things. But yeah, anyways, great to see you guys tuning in today to watch what is really happening here. And it is gonna be fun, chat, because don't go anywhere. Because even if this game ends up in a draw, which it has not yet, but even if that happens, we still have Armageddon coming up. And that will be very exciting. Because we will have a winner today. You guys will know who's the better player today. For the day, at least. Is it Gukesh or is it Magnus? One of them has to go with the point. Cheering for a close game. Yeah, you will. Don't worry, Chaos, because even if this game ends up in a draw, you are gonna see a rapid match. And then if that ends in a draw, you're gonna see like Blitz. I think there is no rapid, right? I think it's directly Blitz. It's directly Armageddon. So yeah, it's exciting stuff. Yeah, I think it's directly Blitz, because after this kind of a classical match, you can't ask these guys to play rapid. Hey Mental, how are you? Hope you're doing good. So I think it's gonna be directly Blitz, guys. Not, I think I'm wrong about rapid, because after playing such a classical match, you can't go and tell them, okay, now go play rapid and then go play Blitz. No, I don't think that's happening. That's great, David. I'm glad that like this game motivated you to actually go play. You guys, that's a fun. At the end of the day, we have to remember that we are all here to just enjoy this game, right? The results, everything else is like the other, like part 2. And Magnus goes king d2, chat. He does go for it, right? Magnus goes king d2, rook b2 check. I think king d3, like no doubts in that. Oh, like chess.com thinks this is a great move. Okay. So rook takes g2. Oh, now chess.com thinks this is a great move. Okay, now rook takes a5 and pressure here. Still pretty much equal. F3 is weak. He will attack it. The problem is here, chat, is that if he attacks it, you can't push this. If you push it, e4 square becomes extremely weak and you will find it very hard to deal with. So yeah, you shouldn't be excited to push that pawn at all, right? So that's the problem that Magnus is facing here, and the moment the knights might get traded with knight d5 at some point, this rook endgame is definitely going towards a draw. But we have Armageddon. Like, these guys ain't going here saying that it's a draw. One of them will walk out with the whole point today. So all you guys are watching, so that is actually the fun part, right, chat? I really think this system should be like very interesting, because at least for the audience who's watching, you guys are watching this, and if you are like, what do you say, if you like something, or what do I say, if like your time is worth it, at the end you see a winner, right? Rather than you spend so much hours and at the very end, if they just draw the game, shake hands and walk away, you'll be like, what the hell? Right? So I kind of like the system. I think we are walking towards Armageddon. Gukesh has 11 minutes to think about it, and he better think a bit quick. But at the moment, they have played 34 moves, so he does have time. 6 more moves, 11 minutes. That's close to 2 minutes per move. And I think he will make it. Magnus has 12. Both of them can easily make it there. So no questions at that point. But still a very exciting game. I really like the way Gukesh dealt with Magnus and his pressure today. Like, Gukesh really kept, what do you say? He just really kept on playing very active chess, and that was very, very important. And in the meantime, chat, if you guys are here, you have any questions for me, please do. I would be just more than happy to let you guys or answer that. Yeah. In the meantime, since Gukesh and Magnus is thinking. So Rook takes a5. Gukesh is just thinking. I guess, see guys, if you're thinking why is Gukesh taking time here? What is he thinking to do? It's very simple. He's just analyzing both these options. Should I attack this pawn this way or maybe this way? It could be what he's thinking. He's just analyzing scenarios where he's gonna give up the d5 pawn and go for this pawn. He just, like, you guys might have heard it from all the players in the world that Gukesh is one of the best calculating players out there. However, like, I know his results and he might have had a tough time after winning the world championship. But yeah, it's fine, right? It's not easy to be a world champion and like to hold on to it's a big responsibility on your shoulder. So you have to give it up to the guy. He's trying his best to be out there and he's trying his best to play his chess without anything coming in the way. I get a way better accuracy in my bullet and blitz games than my rapid. Okay, so that's so that means there is something we need to correct, ProRed. But anyways, chat, this is where we are. This is the position we have right now. Rook g3 played. I think Gukesh has got this game well under control, because here guys, a move like f4 is really bad. Okay, so first of all, you're losing, you can't play that. Simple. But even if something like that was not happening, for example, you go here and he plays this is also not that great because of unwanted squares and stuff that we are giving. He would go rook f3 for that. But yeah, I think Gukesh goes rook g3. Magnus could walk this into a draw with knight takes d5, knight takes d5, rook takes, rook f3. That's clearly walking into a draw. And we are in for an Armageddon today. This is exciting stuff. So if you have just joined in and you're watching like, okay, what is happening here? What is this chess game going on? This is the world champion Magnus Carlsen facing against the world... oh, wait a second. I mean, the world champion Gukesh facing against the world number 1 Magnus Carlsen. My bad. But yeah. Yeah, he protects. That's very interesting actually. And Gukesh goes for this g5 move. I actually thought here after rook f1, I felt maybe Gukesh might go rook h3, but maybe he has seen it better. g5, like g5 is good, right, chat? Because now again, if Magnus takes it, Gukesh is playing very active again. If you take this here, he says, I'm going to take you, you take me, I'm going to take h4. He's not passively defending, he's actively defending. So this is basically what is called active defenses. He's not trying to hold on by playing rook d8 and trying to somehow defend. And this is a great lesson for everyone watching. Gukesh is giving you guys all like an amazing lesson here about defense and how to handle the pressure, because you need to do that against someone like Magnus. You can't just give him a chance, because if you do, he will squeeze the living like every single, what do you say, breath out of you. The Magnus Carlsen, the GOAT. I just somehow plays all the good moves when I don't think, and just play intuitively. I get it, ProRed. I get you. But anyways, chat, all you guys are watching. In the meantime, since Gukesh defends, you guys like the stream, you can always like it, share, subscribe. I'm already very content today because we did hit 4,400. That is like, I know you might be thinking, is that even a number considering all the YouTube and stuff out there? But yeah, I'm just happy, chat. I'm just happy with what we have, right? I think that's the biggest thing to be doing good with. Hey, Matthew or Tim, how are you? Yeah, hope you are doing good. Do let me know if you have any questions. He will squeeze what out of me? Oh, breath. Okay, then. Yeah, like trust me, you don't want to go into Magnus Carlsen's hands, do you? But anyways, Gukesh goes G5. I think Magnus is thinking if there is anything he can create here. Any complications, like can he play H5, give up the pawn, take D5, but nothing's working here. H5 won't work because you lose 2 pawns here. And like at some point maybe. I don't know, is H5 even a thing, chat? Yeah, H5 is a thing, right? Okay. We ain't bad, chat. We ain't bad. Like, even though computers are like, you're a bit bad, you're 0.1 bad, but that's not that bad, is it? But anyways, guys, keep a good lookout here. We are in for Armageddon today. And this is the Norway Chess 2025 where you can watch the world champion and the world #1 fight out just to prove, or maybe to show the world who is the better player. I know they might not be thinking like that, but the world thinks like that. Can we take the pawn? Yeah, of course you can take the pawn, man. You can, of course, take it. He could take it, and now he defends d5. So 2, 3 pawns, 3 pawns. Of course, d5 is weak. But one thing Gukesh has to be careful, guys, is that Magnus has histories of grinding out these kind of positions. The modern Capablanca. Yeah. So anyways, rook takes g5. Because if he does do that, Capablanca would be very proud and very happy. But it's not easy. This is clearly equal. And you can't do it against someone of the strength of Gukesh. It's literally not that possible. So even if it's equal, chat, nothing to worry about. You guys have got Armageddon coming up immediately once this is done. And that is something that we are going to have a lot of fun. I think it's going to be Blitz. And yeah, what else do we want? Yeah. But anyways, chat, okay, here comes Rook A1 by Magnus. Okay. So he's still trying to keep this going. Maybe trade this rook off the game because it's been giving him a lot of pressure on this side. I think Gukesh can, again, the way Gukesh has played this whole game has been very active. So he might still go with something like H5, H4. Not letting Magnus have freedom on the other side because this pass pawn will force him to come back. So that's why H5 is a very interesting move here. And that could be something Magnus could be thinking about too. So yeah, this is fun, chat. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Gukesh is like, here we go. I ain't giving you any kind of counterplay, Magnus. No way. So this game, one interesting thing is that, chat, the Magnus effect has not hit Gukesh at all. He's really played against a very normal player on the other side. I'm not just red, I'm the ancestor of all the reds. Well, basically in the biological pro is generally, oh wow. Wow, that's a tough thing to read, man. So, not today. Not during this game, at least. I can't do that. So anyways, guys, H5 being played. Magnus, Gukesh, down to 6 minutes. This is exciting stuff. Rook A8. Magnus says, let's trade the pieces here. I'm gonna try to attack. Let's trade one pair of rooks so that I can create some complications here. Gukesh says, here we go. Let's do that. Right? Rook A8, King H7. Nothing to think about. Maybe King F7 is something that you can do. I think both are equal. But according to the way people learn chess, they might go F7 towards the center rather than away from it. So yeah, people would like to do that. So this looks good. I think knight King F7 maybe. Or if he doesn't, no, I think intuitively it has to be King F7, right? If Gukesh plays King H7, okay, my intuition says sorry. But intuitively, I feel King F7 is pretty okay. But yeah, anyways, chat. So definitely that's what Gukesh is also thinking, right? So at least that move does have some importance. And we are in move 39 already, so no time trouble issues in this game for sure. Magnus is down to 6 minutes. Gukesh is down to 6 minutes. They have all the time in the world. But the position has already reached a scenario where I don't think leverage him. Yeah, so I don't think there is too much complications here. Oh, he goes at 7. My intuition says sorry. Maybe he just doesn't want any of these annoying checks on the 7th rank. Something like that. And maybe this knight coming to d6 or something. I don't know. I don't have a great explanation for that. Because I still believe king f7 was okay. But unfortunately, he's the world champion, so we agree with him. Right? So anyways, chat, pretty interesting how Magnus will go ahead here. He has to be careful because this pawn, if he's not careful, this guy could run down the board. Because his rook's on the other side, king has to find a way in, and I don't see a way back in. So if Magnus becomes over ambitious here, things could go wrong for the former world champion. 5 minutes each, one last move to make to reach move 40, and yeah, pretty exciting stuff today. We had a great game. Like, it's a very fun game. We could see a lot of interesting ideas in the London system here today. If you're just new to like the stream, guys, do watch it like as you go ahead. E4 being played now. Magnus says it's time for me to play more actively, because I need to create problems for you. You have been creating all the problems back at me. And Gukesh could even go with h4 here, chat. Like, this is interesting stuff, to be honest. What does Magnus has to deal with the pawn, right? It's just coming up the board. He will definitely will, but it is still position that can go wrong. And at the moment, I think it could be Magnus who has to be careful about this. He can't just randomly let this pawn create an issue. I just 2 times, yeah. So anyways, chat, a very interesting end maybe to this game. Both players are really trying to keep their calm. Chat, I have a doubt, like, why is the time not adding up? Don't they have increment? Right? And by the way, if you guys are thinking, oh, after I watched so long, I spent so much time watching this, is this game gonna be a draw? No, don't worry. If this ends in a draw, Norway Chess, the people out there have got you, because they make them play Armageddon to see who wins. There will be a Blitz game, and we'll get to see who's gonna win. I think it's 2 Blitz games, chat. That's the fair way to do it, right? One as white, one as black. So we are in for some fun reset checkmate. So he takes it. Pawn takes e4. Magnus can take it with the f-pawn, or I think f-pawn is usually, again, intuitively the thing to do. But if you are looking for a draw, then like right now, you will get to see if Magnus is offering a draw. Because if it's a draw, he might take it with a knight. No, he's not. He's not offering any draws. So trust me, guys, even though computers and other stuff would say this as an absolutely equal position, think about this. 2 passed pawns here. Rook knight, 2 passed pawns here, rook knight. How many of these games would we draw? It's not easy. Chess boxing, is it? That's something we should have a look at. Like, every day we work out, I think of it. I think, like, should I just go do some boxing and go and win the chess boxing world championship? Then I kind of remember that, wait a second, what if I face someone who really knocks me out in round 1? Don't do it. Yeah. Just kidding, chat. Like, don't trust chess boxing, chat. You go there will be amazing boxers out there who's like, okay, you have to be awake to play the chess game. They knock you, done, right? You wake up next day in the hospital, that's not good enough. So we don't do it, right? So that's how we left that idea. But anyways, so that's how we are in streaming right now. But anyways, guys, f takes e4, very interesting position. Like, I don't know, how often can you say this as a draw? That this is just a random draw. And I have a doubt here, chat. There is no 30 minutes extra. So I think I'll go through this, the whole schedule and playing things before the next stream for sure. Because I'll make sure I'll let you guys know what is happening. Right? But Magnus versus Gukesh, the most awaited classical match of the year. That's what you're watching. Gukesh, can he hold the former world champion and the current world #1 player in the world? Everybody has accepted the fact Magnus is the toughest chess player in the planet. So can you take him down? Gukesh burning time. Yeah, that he is. He's on 3 minutes, and trust me, guys, that's what I'm trying to point out. If this is just 30 seconds increment on the clock, then this will become hard to play. Down to a minute and all these pawns running down the board for both players. I'm not just saying Gukesh. For both players, it has to be very precise. One can go wrong very quickly here. This is you just can't think like, okay, the computer say it's equal. It has to be equal. Then what about the Dingler and Gukesh final game? Dead draw position. Didn't Ding blunder? So it could happen. So here we go. Gukesh is like, okay, I stick to my active play. And I like what Gukesh is doing. Magnus might go e5 here. This is fun stuff, you know. See, chat, there's a very fun variation here. e5, h3. E takes f6, h2. Right? Because if you go back here, I can play rook g1. I don't know here, man. Like, what do I do here? f7? Queen? Queen? Wow. I'm scared to death, maybe. Right? This is crazy stuff. I don't know, like, oh yeah, here we go. e5 on the board. Now, this is interesting. I'm really interested to see, will Gukesh go for h3 here, chat? That's gonna be really exciting here, Gukesh. We might see a time scramble soon if they don't draw. That, like, I think we might see something very exciting here right now. Because will Gukesh calculate about h3 here? That will be fun. h3, the only, I think, the great line for white would be to take the knight. h2, he pushes f7, he queens, white queens, and there has to be some perpetual check, which they have to find. And do they have the time to find it? Has Gukesh gone low on time at the wrong moment, chat? Because he's at 2 minutes, 1 minute 53 seconds on the clock. And he's definitely calculating h3. That's why he's burning the time. And Magnus, this is where he thrives. This is where Magnus is waiting for that one mistake from Gukesh, and he's gonna get him. So you guys are in for some final great fun few moments here. And we are in for it, guys. Like, this is getting fun. Like, Gukesh down to a minute. And trust me, you might be like, oh, he has increment, so what's the big deal? It's not enough. 30 seconds, really? To calculate such complications? This has to be, I think Gukesh is betting on this to be his final full-on calculation. After this, he's just gonna play quick. Things otherwise is gonna go very bad for him. And Magnus is someone who clearly understands that Gukesh and his weakness is his time manage. Like, not time management, he's good at that. Maybe, oh yeah, there we go. There we go, chat. h3 by Gukesh. I think he's like, you know what? I got you. I've calculated this very well. Or maybe, chat, it could be also the fact that once the time runs out, the 30-minute comes into their thing. But it's usually not that, you know. Usually, the moment they hit 40, they have to get 30 minutes extra. So this has to be something with increment happening. But I didn't see Gukesh getting any increments. I think he's still here. Yeah, they've hit. They're on move 42. I don't see the time adding up. So that confuses me a bit. So, I don't know, chat. Yeah. So, as you guys were saying, this is all instinct. Absolutely. So, you guys, while you are trying to, like, relax yourself, I'll say a good way to relax yourself. You can like the stream. You can tap on the screen and tell Gukesh play, right? You can subscribe if you like the stream, and you can do a lot of those stuff. Just kidding. Otherwise, also do watch this. This is the most exciting part of it. Magnus has 4 minutes. He is calculating this variation. But I don't know, like, is there a direct draw here, chat? Like, takes it, h2, f7, queens first. I initially thought would it be a knight, but then king h6. Otherwise, it would have been fun. But you queen it to a queen. What's the draw, though? Like, this check is not possible because the queen's here. There's no queen checks at all, to be honest. Queen h3 is one check. Rook g3 check. King c4. And then Magnus loses. Oh, wow. This is crazy. One bad move, and you can't even say who's losing the game. This is chaos, chat. This can go either way. Trust me. So it's either Magnus or Gukesh. Like, this is crazy stuff after h3. Magnus has, I don't know, like, he could also maybe come back right now. This is This is the most risk-free thing to do at the moment. But I know he's calculating pawn takes f6 here. But the most risk-free thing to do is just come back, Magnus. Take it to Armageddon. Don't get that heartbeats going up, right? Don't do this. I got Magnus. At least we got a knight sack instead of bishop. Yeah, we did, right? So this is the point, guys. This will be the final full-on calculation by Magnus. Until if they're not getting 30 minutes extra after the time runs out, this will be his full-on calculation. So happy Magnus didn't trade knights earlier. Yeah, this game's still on because of that, isn't it? Tough one. Like, if someone loses this game, chat, it's very hard on them. It's gonna really affect them this whole tournament, because this was a really good game from both sides. None of them deserves to lose this game, but unfortunately one of them will. Even if this game ends in a draw, don't be disappointed as an audience, because you will get to see Armageddon, which will be Blitz games. This game will be decided. Oh yeah, this will be decided. So you guys go nowhere. There is some fun action coming your way. Magnus down to 1 minute 56 seconds here. Gukesh has 1 minute 8 seconds. So this is fun. This is fun stuff here. Yeah. If there is no 30 minutes coming up after this, guys, I don't know. This is not easy. Okay, Magnus goes for it. Oh, Magnus goes for e takes f6. He's like, you make a queen, I make a queen. Show me, Gukesh. Show me why they say you are the best in the business when it comes to calculation. Show me what you have calculated. This is crazy, guys, because why do I say it? You might still see that the computers think it's dead equal. The problem here is that one wrong move and this game is over for both players. So I think there is increment, right? I think somewhere they're getting the increment here. I think that's happening. Magnus really took. Yeah, Magnus is like, damn it, let's see what's gonna happen. Rook g3 check by Gukesh. Maybe it's an important move. King c4 could go bad for Magnus. It was that move that is considered lost. The reason is pretty simple. If you go king c4, I will promote, you will promote, and I will go queen c6 check. And then if you block it with the queen, you lose your rook here. That's the problem. Magnus Carlsen is like, I was not the world champion for nothing. And he plays king d2. Trust me, chat, in a normal tournament, you play a normal, any good player out there, chance of king c4 is very high. And I hope you guys get it, right? By the time Magnus makes his queen, I'll just explain. If you had gone here, queen, queen, check, you have to block it. Otherwise, your knight was lost. And if you don't block it, the rook is gone. So that was the plan. Crazy idea. Good spotting by Gukesh too. He really tried that check before promoting. Really tried confusing Magnus here. But yeah, this is fun, man. This is a good finish. 25 seconds for Gukesh. 23. Time's ticking down for the world champion. While Magnus has still 1 minute 22 seconds. Okay, Gukesh promotes. Is he getting 10 seconds increment, chat? That's crazy, guys. Is the increment 10 seconds? I thought it was 30. I think I played chess long time ago. Both players promote. Gukesh has to make his move. He has to be careful. Like, he has to find the correct checks here. If he doesn't, guys, it's the wrong move. It's the wrong move. Queen h6 is a mistake. But why? That's a big question, right? Why is it a mistake? Because is he gonna run out of checks here? Gukesh, after playing an almost perfect game, plays the first wrong move of the game with queen check. And this will be heartbreak, chat. Magnus says, I see my chance. I see my chance. I see, like, can he get back into the game? Queen check. The problem is that, chat. The problem is that it's very tough to find the problem, to be very honest. Because what Gukesh has seen is king b2. I can give queen b6 check. King a2. Wow. What about rook g2 check? This is crazy, chat. The computers, engines, the eval bar, everything thinks Gukesh is losing. But trust me, Magnus is also below 1 minute. Things could go either way. Trust me, things can go any way. Gukesh goes immediately with the queen check. I think Gukesh still doesn't think that he's losing, which is good for him, to be honest. Because if he feels he's losing, then he will be like broken. He'll be broken here. So this is crazy stuff. But does Magnus Carlsen see the draw here or the win? Does Magnus have the time to calculate? Because if he makes 1 or 2 bad moves, guys, we are back to the draw. Right? Has Magnus sensed that he's winning here? But if someone can win this position, chat, that's the guy who's playing the white pieces right now. And he's the world's #1 player. And that is Magnus. So Magnus down to 13 seconds himself. Gukesh on 21 seconds. This is crazy stuff. And Magnus plays King A2. He's like, if I don't see it, then who's gonna see it? Who's gonna win this game, if not me? Crazy stuff. Rook G2 check, maybe? Like, the whole point is Rook G2 check. Yeah, Gukesh goes for the most natural check. King A3. And there is literally no more checks. Queen B2 check. Oh, wait a second. King A4. Look at this. Magnus is playing like 101% accuracy right now. He gives the knight back, but the problem is now it's white to play. The checks on this king. Can this king hide just like the white king did? Gukesh took it out. Magnus down to 20 seconds. Gukesh has 28 seconds. This is crazy game right now. What's happening right now? Don't leave your seats, guys. You are in for a treat. Because Queen H8 check, King G6. There is a mate. Magnus knows it. He's down to 5 seconds. He has to make his move. He goes check. Gukesh is using the time against Magnus. Magnus down to 12, 10 seconds. Rook check. Magnus is definitely going to do this move. But 5. Okay, he does it 4 seconds. Gukesh is like, I'm just going to see what's going to happen. I'm just going to walk down the board. Very hard to see the win. But if he does, amazing. Queen check. Magnus is playing every perfect move right now. For the last 10 moves, chat, Magnus has not gone anything wrong. This is just unbelievable amount of accuracy. Like in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, you can't do this. The rook comes in, maybe? I don't know. The rook check, King D3. This rook is gone, chat. King D3, Rook F3, and this rook is gone. But won't he get this rook? Like queen check, and won't this rook be gone? This is amazing stuff by Magnus Carlsen right now. So all you guys are watching, this is Gukesh versus Magnus. Gukesh at the verge of losing his first encounter against Magnus, which was absolutely a great match, and Gukesh resigns the game. The game is over, guys. There is no Armageddon today because Gukesh has resigned after Rook E6. Crazy. This is heartbreaking for Gukesh for this tournament. At least for every one of you guys who have been watching this. It was a thrilling game. Absolute crazy game. But Gukesh will now go back and he will maybe question, did I have to play H3 then? Did I just complicate it when I maybe should have just moved the knight out of here? Should I have just moved it away and played this position? But kudos to Gukesh. Like he was playing this whole game very accurately, and what happened was he promoted with the queen here. Magnus promoted, and this check. This is what lost him the game. If you guys are thinking what should he have done, he should have gone with the rook check here. And the moment the king goes here, check here. This is just a draw. And if the king tries going this way now, you have this check, King B3. Oh, but this is also not easy, chat. Look at this. He had to see this check here. But, yeah, this whole variation with this H3 variation is not easy. That is heartbreaking. Magnus pulls out 1 out of like, oh, wow. That's heartbreaking for Gukesh today. I know. It was nuts. Yeah, crazy game. Crazy game, chat. When Gukesh promoted, could Magnus have sacrificed the rook? At which point was that? Like, not really. Like, this whole problem was that this variation was not the best to choose in this time control for Gukesh. That is where things went wrong for the world champion. He played a close to perfect game, but at the very end, the time trouble creeped in, and he just couldn't handle it as Magnus. But you have to give it up for Magnus Carlsen, chat, because after this one mistake by Gukesh, look at this. He just played perfect chess. King c2, king goes in, check, king goes in, check. He walked the king in a way that there is absolutely no check at the end. Here there was nothing working. I think queen a1 if you try it, then the king goes to b4, queen b2 check again, then king goes to c4. Can you imagine this? This king is in the center of the board with absolutely no checks. That's a great find. But Gukesh, like, it's very hard to see how this was getting checkmated, but the king just got destroyed here, and Gukesh resigned here. The reason is very simple. If you like, the only good move to play was to go this way, but then queen f3 check, and if you go this way, you lose the queen to rook c6. And even if you go here, I think rook c6 wins, right? You don't have to take this rook, play rook c6, get the queen, and you are winning. Props to Gukesh. He played well. Yeah, he played pretty well. I never doubted. Really? Is in last Magnus played in. Yeah, he just created crazy accuracy there. Right? Absolute stunning game, chat. We had a good time, didn't we? So, I don't know how much you guys had fun, but I hope it was very exciting by the end. Time was creeping down, and Gukesh, like, I feel sad for him. I really do. I felt he played a very nice game. He deserved to go this into the Armageddon. But that's how sports is, right? That's how chess and any other sport is. Like, it's not your day, it's not your day. Maybe the favor will come back to him another day. So I have fun every stream. Yeah, that's great. And all you guys who have been here today watching, gotta go now. Yeah, it was nice watching you. Thank you so much, ProRad. We had a lot of sacrificing funds today. I hope to see you guys all soon too, right? And by the way, all you guys are watching right now, don't forget something. If you like the stream, do like it, share, subscribe. You don't want to miss the next day, do you? But in the meantime, chat, I just want to see what happened in the other games, to be honest. Hikaru Nakamura has taken down Fabiano, and are you surprised? Because I'm not. I'm not, only because Hikaru had a great time advantage here. Just to see what Hikaru did against Fabiano. Let's just flip the board, can I? Or let's even see it from the white. Okay, so actually the time control is 2 hours each, chat. So that's how it's working, with 10 seconds or something increment. So it was a queen's gambit slab. So exchange slab, that's what you call it. At some point I thought like Fabi was doing fine, right? And that's the thing. That's the psychological part of chess, chat. Hikaru has a great results against Fabiano, and I think that really creeped in. So yeah, everything on the same file, you know. So g6. Fabiano was down to 16 minutes. Look at this, the Alakane's gun. The Alakane's gun was ready to fire on this file. And knight e2, they traded off everything. But in a blocked position, the knights, I think, prevailed to be better. I mean, a closed position, that is. Hikaru did. Yeah, you see that? The position was closed. Oh, how did he win this, chat? Now, there's a lot of heartbreaks in this tournament. One for Fabi also today. Because this looks like a clear dead draw. Hikaru really grinded this game out. Look at that. What is he doing? Okay, he got the knight there. Wow. How did he win this, chat? Oh, Fabi was down to seconds, you know. Like, he took him below 1 minute and then they played forever. They played forever. Yeah, like, look at that. Hikaru is 6 minutes and Fabiano is down to, like, what do you say, 30 seconds. And finally, Hikaru offered this trade of this knights. Went here. And you see the king got tied up to these 2 pawns. Now it was the king versus the knight. And that was not easy. Oh, wow. Great endgame by Hikaru Nakamura. Look at that. Look at that. So the guy just deserved to win there. Amazing game by Hikaru. So unfortunate for Fabiano, to be very honest. Like, and in the Armageddon match, chat, like Arjun Erigazi won against what is this? Wei. So that's interesting. So what happened here was it was an e4 e5 system in the, like, what do you say, Royal Opus. I don't know how many of you guys play this. So this was okay. So I just wanted to check chat. The Armageddon, what's the timing? Oh, it's a 10-minute game. Okay, with black having 7 minutes, white has 10 minutes. So they went on to play this game, and I think Erugazi made his like clear game here. He took one pawn, ran away with it. That's sad. So, like, these checks are given because just to keep the king in the corner. d5, queen b1, c5 was blunder by Wei because queen went back, and this knight I think is almost might not see daylight very easily. There you go, the knight's gone. Okay. Queen comes in, queen d3, takes it. So I think basically Wei sacrificed an exchange which was not worth it for him. Right? So yeah, and I think Arjun Ergazi with 2 extra pass pawns, an exchange up, went on to win this. Great stuff, fun matchup, right? Very nice matches here today. I am definitely looking forward to the upcoming rounds, chat, and would be great to see you guys there too. I hope we all had fun today. 4424. Good number. Yeah. So I will see you guys, everyone, in the next stream. Do let me know if you have any final questions. I would be very happy to answer. But this is the results of round 1. Fabiano lost to Hikaru. Magnus took down Gukesh in a thrilling finish. And Arjun Ergazi wins the Armageddon against Wei. So that's your winners for today. Tomorrow's rounds is between Magnus and Wei. Hikaru faces Gukesh tomorrow. So that's a tough fight for Gukesh. A very well motivated Hikaru comes his way tomorrow. Right? So I hope to catch you guys up tomorrow. Same time maybe, guys. Like same time tomorrow, and let's try to analyze this maybe. Yeah, you never know. And then there is Magnus versus Arjun Ergazi. So these guys will play against each other. So there is again Gukesh versus Magnus coming up, round number 6. Because they have to play each other with both colors. That's how this works. So this will be fun. Right? So anyways, guys, when will the next stream be? Yeah, same time for the Norway chess. Okay? So you guys take care. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, let's hear some music. And for everyone and anyone who missed this game, here you go. So you guys take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Then get up, get dressed, before work's off my list. What's left to do, just guess. It's you, my favorite, but I wanna taste you and feel you shake, raising an earthquake. Can't push the brakes when a rush hits. We're going in, we're going in. You keep me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. Ah, 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 ah.
I'm about to get 30. Your last one need you 30. Now you get yourself a freaking little dude. In the mood 24/7, 6911. So you're making it, but I'ma just stop. Stop for a moment. Do you really think that I'ma fuck you while I'm sober? I'm not. Taking Uber to your hotel. Eating like a local, cause you calling back while I shut down.
Look at me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. Ah, 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 ah. That's all I need.
Still got hold on me. Even without you here. Still got hold on me. Even without you here. Still got hold on me. Still got hold on me. Even without you here. Nothing changes, there's nothing changed. Still got hold on me. Nothing changes, nothing changed. Even without you here. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Nothing changes, nothing changed. Without you here in good pages, nothing changes. Still got hold on me. Even without you here. Still got hold on me. Even without you here. Fundiendo core la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Quien no anda corre la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Fundiendo no cobres la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Yeah, que no anda a correr la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Whoa, se despega like a rocket. Oh yeah, she be my rocket. Yeah, una de honey, honey. Baby, no lo pares. Yeah, si es la que hay, pues la que hay. Yeah, y Peter's on her, that's my kind. Whoa, lo quieres pa' mirar el time. Yeah, yeah. Por si algún día ya no hay. Whoa, ey, no bebes más o hay. Copa Bifitter con limón, no quieres tanquear. Yeah, que tío no hay mala, desaprovecháis. Y aunque se os diera la ocasión, así la aprovecháis. Le llega heavy, hoy no va a portarme bien. Toca pelle y me vacila 10 de 100. Ahora es pussy, retrega constantemente. She's smoking glass, casi que rats. Mi nombre por tu ciudad. Baby, sigue que lo escuche el vecino de atrás. Let's hop in cash. Y si preguntan la que hay, she want it, I got it, y acabo de fixar. Let's put it cash, la partidita al solitario. Ahora todo around, yeah, yeah. Eso que tiene duplicado, yeah, yeah. Démelo para otro lado, yeah, yeah. Uy, deja que se amontone. Tranquilo, sáltame los botones. Lo mamas y a mí se me pone todas las posiciones. Oh no, otro cero. Ruge bien si lo meto un aguacero. BBM, very big monetero. Quieren dinero, fundiendo cobre la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Yeah, que no anda a correr la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Ey, fundiendo cobre la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Yeah, que no anda a correr la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Pretty.
I'm here when you need my voice. 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 Sweet, 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 I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you need my voice. I'm here when you